Hey, what is going on, everybody? No one is ever late. We are just all wizards. We arrive exactly when we intend. What is going on, everybody? It is a Friday. I'm aware it is April 1st. I'm sure many of you will trick me into doing things today because, I mean, that happens all the time. But I have no jokes planned. I have no tricks planned. I have nothing up my sleeve. Fell and Slay. What's up, Jason? I'm doing my last passive over 3, trying to get it done so I can start. Oh, nice. All right. I'll vamp for a few minutes. Let's see how this goes. Chances are you catch up to me anyway. You know I can't stay away from the chat. I can't do it. Yesterday, I actually exited. I beat the boss. It was the Purgatory boss. And I was so busy chatting away, I exited the quest before I completed it. So I had to go back and redo that lane in my afternoon. It wasn't fun. What's up, Aiden Felganos? PWF. There may be something of what's in your hat. Not much, unfortunately. Normally I'd say there's like a big old brain, but no, there's nothing under this hat today. Y'all are making me laugh. I actually do want to beat 7.4. I know it doesn't seem like it. I know it seems like I'm going to savor every little morsel, but I actually do want to beat it. So we're going to try to jump through, get some done. I took this path. Jason, if you have an anti-venom, do this path, dude. You enter the quest, and it's like the first one on the right. I've actually beat it all this morning before we started, and anti-venom just destroys it. The whole lane. As you can see, I did use torch for something. I don't even remember exactly what it was. Eye-bomb was really cool for Doom because I could throw the SP1 and get up the I can't think of the name of the debuff, and that turned off his aura, and he just does so much damage. But anti-venom, because of his immunities, was just cool. And I literally could just do like 5-hit combos and throw the SP2 to get the big fury, and it was a delicious time. I saw that crazy thing is that you have completed a quest objective. You get that accomplished once you defeat the boss. Oh, really? I didn't have to go back and do it? I don't know. We'll see. I did it. We'll never know. We'll never know now. Can't go back in time. Hey, Vega in chat. Good luck on this chapter. Thank you. I might be lurking while grinding for the 6-star. Oh, dude. Good luck, Devastator. Good luck. He's worth it. I actually still might go back and open a few more features just to get him. But I've got everything I really want out of there. Like, someone even commented on the last video. They're like, why does everyone want Icarus? And I wanted to make sure I answered that comment and was like, no, it's not that like I think Icarus is amazing. It's just he's new. Maybe we'll find a lot of uses for him. He is getting some kills in tier 1 Masters level war. So I think a lot of that though is just because we just don't know how to fight him. I think once you understand him, he's not... Nodes could make him really difficult, and that's why he's getting kills in tier 1 war. But like I don't think he's going to be amazing in battlegrounds or anything like that. Watch, I'll be wrong, but that's not what I'm thinking. What's up, another black man? Hey, dude, I saw your poll yesterday in the Discord server. Oh my god, the luck on this guy. Congratulations, man. I don't think she's going to be Hercules level, but if you've seen my tier rankings, like I have a whole other tier. Like Hercules is in it, Kitty with her synergy team, Red Magneto, Archangel, Ghost, and Quake. And I think there's one other mutant, and I can't believe I can't think of who it is. Anyways, the point is that it's not to say that like they're the best, they're the amazing, rank them up first. It's to say like they're almost like cheat codes at times, and I don't think she's there. I really don't, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I will not be shocked if in like 2 months she's in the top shelf of the tier rankings. I will not be surprised at all. And then she's got that massive prestige. She seems well suited for the game now and where they're taking the game. Like, it is very clear Kabama's working in more and more myths into this game. It's just part of it. Like, we even saw the next Masters Tier 1 Global that's going to come. We're going to get another season with Unstoppable Armor, and then the one after that. I don't think it's a coincidence. We're going to get a miss mechanic there. And so, oh man, hold on just a second, guys. So I think her having that miss mechanic, I don't think is a coincidence at all. And I like that, right? They create a problem, then they give us tools to solve this. So, holy smokes, we're getting all kinds of alerts at the same time here, guys. Neto, what is up? Thank you so much for subscribing. or for becoming a member there. I believe you chose the option that would get you into the private chat in the Discord server. So make sure you join the Discord server. If a moderator, I don't think any of the moderators from the Discord server are on right now. Fell is. But if we get you invited to that, and then you can get into that private chat, it's a good time. We have a lot of fun. It becomes pretty social, actually. I'd love to do that. And thank you so much for the membership and the ongoing support. I really appreciate it. And then OG Highline, coming in strong. I gotta say it. I have to say it. I have to say it. It must be said. Even if Felganos will make fun of me. I don't care. I don't care. It's a Friday. OG Highline, coming in strong. Let's get this updated. Oh, I almost did the was it the dash, not the underscore? You got to get the underscore. You got to do it right. If you're going to put it up, you got to do it correctly. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. You too, dude. It's a Friday. I'm actually taking my wife out to dinner tonight. I'm really pumped up about that. I'm very excited about that. XLR8, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being there. All right, I'm going to catch up on chat, and then we will actually play this game. ISTG if you don't whoop Mojo with anti-venom. What's STG? Because I see that and I think stand your ground. Or no, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. I don't know what I'm thinking. You're going to have to spell it out for me, dude, but don't get me to say something bad on the internet. Don't trick me into doing that, please. What's up? Ade? Ote? I'm going to go with Ote. I don't think that's correct, though. Kraviton, what is up, dude? Vega, I'd like to sponsor $1 million cab crystal opening for Mega Sentinel. Whenever you can, just send me your bank details and I'll send out. Thank you so much. Should I just send you like my routing number and my bank account number? Do you want my PIN code too? Just let me know and I'll do it whenever you want. In any sort of social media, I can put it on Twitter. You tell me, Slay. Thank you, Slayman. I appreciate the support, dude. New daily cards available. Ooh, all right. Maybe I'll refresh the game. We'll review that quickly, and then we will actually play this game. I started off by saying I wanted to get 7.4 done. Felganos, thank you for hooking up Neto. I appreciate it. You took a break for the game for 3 or 4 years and just came back. Dude, I think you're coming back at a good time. I really mean that. It looks like we're getting the input issues maybe solved. I'm still having a little bit, but as a CCP member, you might not even know what that is. Kabam has this content creator program now for some of the YouTubers. They need to let one more in. There's one really important one. I can't believe they're not in. But I'm sure that will be solved soon. But we get access to some stuff and early information so we can make videos. And we have access to this this refractor. Here, I'll show it to you guys, and then I'll restart the game. But you can see here, I've got it enabled here at the bottom, where it's like the new input system beta. I've still had a couple, like yesterday on stream, I had multiple times where I hit the special button and it didn't register in the game. But aside from that, man, it has reinvigorated me to play this game because the champion's at least doing what I'm telling him to do. Like, most mistakes are just on me, not because there was an input issue. Battlegrounds is coming out. I think that's going to be massive. It's amazing. I still expect them to fix this Alliance War Potion thing. I actually have some enthusiasm for the balancing program over time. So I think you're coming back at a great time. All right, let's hit the back. Be right back screen. I'll refresh this game. We can look at that daily card, and then we will play 7.4. So hold on, we'll be right back. I think you guys told me yesterday that you can still hear me, so I'm going to go ahead and keep talking. The worst thing that happens is I'm talking and no one can hear me, and I'm okay with that. Underscores app. Did I do it wrong? After all of my, I'm going to do this properly. Oh yeah, you're right, OG Highland. I apologize, man. My whole like, I'm going to do this properly, and then I don't. You can still hear me? Okay, cool. I set all this stuff up a long time ago, and then I forgot actually how I set it up. So I keep swearing I'm going to update a lot of these settings, and then you know, things happen. All right, here we go. Let's go and check out this daily card. I guess it is April. Holy smokes! What's in there? Mini tier 5 class catalyst selector. I actually really liked this. I took advantage. They did this. I think the last card was this. This is just a repeat of the last card. It was really nice for just kind of slowly building up without these big chunks, just because I have so much tier 5 CC at the moment. 7,500 6-star hero crystal shards now. Thronebreaker rank up selector? What is that? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm obviously going to get this. And then, you know, guys, I'll get this. We'll open one. And literally, if I try to open up more than one, I want all of you to tell me to stop. We'll open up one featured crystal. And then, like I said, if I try to open up a second one, I please, as a favor to me, if you've ever want to do something nice for me, you'd be like, dude, stop it. Like, stop. Hold for the next one. So we'll be right back again to get this deal real quick. The card's actually not that great. Well, now you tell me. I can't do anything about it now. Okay. What do I need? I remembered being behind on Tier 3 Alpha, but I think I caught back up. I guess we'll just pick the Tier 3 Alpha. In hindsight, I may end up regretting that. But it wouldn't be the first time I regret purchasing something from Kabam. All right. I needed a little ta-dum on that one. Okay, we're going to open up one. Seriously. We're going to open one featured crystal. Please. No matter what I get, please just be like, Vega, do not open more. You want to save for the next one. You're actually excited about the next featured crystal. MSC, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for being here, man. How you doing? April Fool's, he doesn't want to stop Aiden. No, I really do. You guys can pull all the April Fool's jokes you want. Try to trick me into doing stupid stuff. I will not do any. That's not what I'm all about today. Today, anyway. That doesn't mean I won't do it other days. Okay. You guys know what we want. We want Hyperion. I wouldn't mind Cersei. I'd be happy with Cersei. But I want Hyperion. That's the reason why I continue to do something that gives me a 1 in 24 chance of actually happening. Come on. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. I don't even need you guys to tell me to stop. I will stop on my own. I need no motivation. Nerd coming in strong. Yeah, where's Nerd? Nerd, where are you, dude? If you're out there anywhere, if you could hear or sense this, please come tell me why Abomination is good. Oh, geez. All right. Well, just in case I put this out in a video, thank you so much for watching. I hope your pools are going better than mine. Take care. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Is it SIG? Work. I intentionally didn't look at the SIG. I intentionally did not look at the SIG. Is it really? It's not 120, is it? Please tell me you're talking about something. Oh, you got Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I'm not going to try to tell you she's good. Because if she was, I would have ranked 3'd her already. But as you can see, I should still have 3 crystals to open at least when this turns over to the next batch. Oh my god. Why did that happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? All right, no more for nerds. So I am actually considering, though, I think I'm going to end up with a bunch of extra shard or 6 stones. If my rank 4s go the way I'm kind of hoping they go, I think I'm going to end up with a bunch of extra stones from doing all the various content. And in that scenario, I actually may end up taking up Red Guardian. I want to take a closer look at the upcoming war global. Irony being, I'm almost positive I will not actually get to play against that global because I think I'm going to be on a vacation. But that being said, there's a lot of things. I enjoy like kind of reading the tea leaves, like where I think Kabam is going. And I feel like the no buffs and the mists and all that, I feel like Red Guardian, I think we all kind of assume he's the champion that was supposed to be buffed, but wasn't for whatever. I don't want to get into all that. But, and I like Red Guardian. I actually like him. I think there's a good base there. And so if he's going to get buffed, I might actually put those SIGs into Red Guardian. Long way of going about that. PWF. Got our David. Got our R3 him. Poison God. Yeah, we'll see. Poker mark. Strikeout. On to the next. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Neto, couldn't find you on Discord. If you don't mind, could you try? Fel, if you guys can't get it figured out, we'll, I'll always help after stream. Get that set. Get that sorted. Venom Pool is good for Super Skrull. Venom Pool. All right. Well, you know, let's go ahead and take out this. I mean, because we have so many options that I would imagine will be good for Mojo. Let me just look at Mojo real quick. Everything. Oscillate. Yay. No surrender. The attacker resists up to 90% of the degeneration damage. Okay, so that removes one of the reasons to bring in Mr. Negative. Resistance potency reduced by 30% flat for each of the attacker's filled bars of power. Maybe there is a reason to bring in Mr. Negative. Additionally, knocking the defender down removes the attacker's degeneration effects. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about Mr. Negative. It just looks like they're helping us out there. They're doing us a solid. Subterfuge. Each time the attacker performs a well-timed block, they gain a Fury. Okay. Bubble Shield. Each time the attacker... Are you guys hearing like a weird... It sounds like a printer. Are you guys hearing that? If anyone else can hear that, let me know. I can't figure out for the life of me what it would be, though. I think Mr. Negative will be able to do this. Okay, you guys can hear it. That makes me feel better. I have no idea what it would be. I mean... I actually do have a printer right there, and it's like, oh, someone in my family might be printing something out. But no, they're not. Okay. I think Mr. Negative might be good for this, though. Let's try Mr. Negative. Who are we going to bring Mr. Negative in for, though? That's the real question here. I guess we'll bring him in for I-Bomb. All right. Can confirm Neg slaps this. Nice. You want me to use anti-venom, but then you said you're gonna stand your ground. If I don't want you having to stand your ground. People who just showed up are like, what are they talking about? In fact, I didn't look to see what the abbreviation actually meant. I should do that. Saw it quickly come across the screen. And then I got busy making sure I pulled Abomination. Because I just wanted Abomination that bad. What does STG mean? Let Clown into the CCP. See, this is why you scroll back in chat. You get to see all the fun. It is not Mr. Clown that I'm talking about, Mr. PWF. But I think you knew that. Swear to God. Oh, no. Okay. I don't want you doing that. That's breaking one of the commandments. You can't do that. You can't do that. I can't allow that on this holy day of April 1st. All right. Dot, what's up, dude? I almost feel like for Dot we should be using Piggy, but I didn't even bring him in. Pika Pika, what's up, buddy? Hello, cute people. You can use any champ on it, even with the lots of buffs. Stay low power bar and knock him down if you get degens. All right. Let's see. I like when DLL's on stream and he says stuff like that. He's like, oh, this boss is easy. And I'm like, I'll show you it's not easy. I will show you. Why anti-venom? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and do this, but I'm curious why anti-venom. Let's see how this works. Oh, I think I'm seeing why. Because he's going to help me out so much with the oscillate portion. But not if I get smashed. All right. All right, Mojo. I see what you're all about here. All right. Yeah, if played better, I see what you're saying about anti-venom. With the better setup, this would have been just fine. Yeah, I just misplayed that, obviously. But I see what you're saying, Aiden. Maybe we'll try that. Oh, the stream's gone? We're back? Okay. Yeah, I just misplayed that. But I see what you're talking about with anti-venom. Maybe we'll bring him back in when we come back and do this quest again. I'm not religious anyway. Also, it was a prank. It's April 1st. God will understand. God will understand. Congrats on cracking 4 million, babe. 4 million. 4 million. Is my account rating over 4 million? I bet it is. Is it? Oops, is that what you're saying? Thank you very much, either way. All right. All right. I like to goof around and have fun. I don't want to intentionally spend items though, so I'm going to concentrate a little bit. Try to get this done. It's kind of nice to actually do this fight and not have to worry about whether I'm allowed to throw my... Oh man, I messed up all of the energy though. I was so proud that I wasn't needing to worry about the Indestructible 2 that often comes off that war node that I always take. Let's use this as an opportunity to back him up a little bit. Give ourselves a little space on the map. Yeah, I could tell he was trying to set up an intercept. I could tell. Bubble shield, so there's the unblockable. There we go. And, oh, let's see. Let's see how this does. I didn't set that up real well. That wasn't too bad. We were going to get that unblockable hit there. Oh, I forgot I needed to have a light energy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Best Negs gameplay I've ever seen. Well, considering you only watch yours and mine, I could see why that would be the best you've ever seen. Yeah. Don't come at me, Fel. Don't come at me. It's not going to be pretty. What's up, work? All right. Now I'm in my comfort zone. All right, let's get some ruptures going. This Mojo's a dancer. All right. And he's down. I just wanted to end him off with Miguel. Come on. We needed Miguel to do it. No. I've just been saving that one. I was setting that one up. I said I had no April Fool's jokes coming, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. This is the only Mojo boss I've been so easy to beat with almost every champ, even with the oscillate. No. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I think once you understand the fight, you're fine. What's up, BK? What's up, Will? How are you doing, man? Thanks for being here. All right, let's jump back in there. And and have some fun. Larry, what is up, dude? I will read the full comment here. I want to figure out this lane first. So if anyone has suggestions, please let me know. Or something you really want to try to see, we can try to see something. All right. If the attacker has class advantage, they gain the against the. So okay, if we have class advantage, we get superiority. Cut your losses. Whenever the attacker loses power from a power drain, burn, or steal effect, they gain a non-stacking fury passive. Okay. This is like, I actually don't enjoy these. I understand why people do, but it's like you're really incentivized to lean into what they're setting up here. So I'm assuming we're gonna want to actually get power drain, burned, or whatever. Okay. Whenever the defender is afflicted with a debuff, 100% chance to inflict a non-stacking power burn debuff on the attacker, burning 20% of a bar of power over 5 seconds. This attack cannot be afflicted with this power burn while the power burn is already active. This chance to drop 2% while the attacker has class advantage. Okay. Whenever it fills a bar of power, they raise their attack. Whatever. I just can't be fussed to read that. I'm sorry. Science attackers receive 40% and skill gets 20. Okay, so my man brought boxing gloves to a poetry slam. Is that weird? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Mole Man, easy. Okay. Talking Miguel today. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, and I know. What's up, B McG? How you doing, man? For whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but for some reason, I really wanted to rewatch your Betsy Braddock video this morning. I can't figure out why I would want to, but I did, and I really enjoyed it. And I think I don't know if I'm going to instant R3 her, but I think I'm at least going R2 soon. Shang-Chi works. Phil, if you're around, dude, why don't you hop on call? I also know it's probably like 3 a.m. for you, though. So if you're not up for it, don't worry about it. Had power enough for a featured first one I tried. This one, 20 more SIGs on Null. His SIG ability is really good, though, Larry. If you like Null, that is awesome. And I like Null. Pulled Miguel as 6-star. Dude, you're on fire. Have this 200 R5 to help for dupe down the line. Dude, that is awesome. That is awesome, Larry. Way to go. Yeah, and I don't know if I said earlier, Mike put out that video today. I saw it drop. I was like, Mike, why, dude? I want to put out a rank 4 video, but I've had to rank 4 Miguel for so long. Like, you know what? Mike is like the hardest working guy, and he's really kind. So he's one of those people you just feel good that they're having success. At least I do. He's really helpful to me. No joke. I know you're allowed to bring him to war, but sure you can use him in Act 7. Yeah. All right. I wouldn't, but you aren't in this. Oh, I'm not in the stream room? Yeah, I am. I'm in the, Fel, I am. Seriously. Like, all kidding aside, I know you and I are joking around right now, but I am. I think I am. If I'm not, please correct me. Quit lying about Mike. You know the truth. Mike is. I'm telling you, PWF. I'm not kidding when I talk about how, like, often like Kabam puts the stuff out, and they're like, okay, the embargo for the side quest is in a week, and I'll DM him like, dude, I have absolutely no idea what is going on in the side quest. Like, I cannot understand what they've written, and he'll just be like in 2 sentences explain it to me, and I'm like, oh. Thanks. I understand now. All right. So class advantage, Mole Man. It looked like we wanted skill and science champions, if I recall correctly. Phil, is that you, bud?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. How about you, man?
I'm having fun on a Friday, dude. This is like, are you kidding me? I get to do this on a Friday right now. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess it's Saturday morning for you, right?
Yes, very, very early Saturday morning.
Was it just any science champions that were good? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was any science champions get the 40% base attack increase.
Okay. Mole Dude and let's see if Spider-Ham can do stuff. Do I have my bases covered well there, though? I didn't really look at the lane that well.
I'm pretty sure I just used Shang-Chi for the whole thing, so you should be fine.
You did? Okay. All right. Hammy, I know, Ham's so fun. Like, he's one of those champions where it's almost impossible to separate out how fun he is from how good he is. Like, they're just intertwined so well. Can everyone hear Fel well, by the way? If anyone's having an issue, like if he's a little low or a little, I think it'd be low, but I could hear you fine, Fel. So don't change your settings or anything. By the way, Act 7 is so much more enjoyable than I could not agree more, Larry. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. What the hell is actually happening in this thing? Whenever basically, I'm going to get power drained, but they're not going to power drain me. It's going to give me a Fury, right?
Yeah, but I think it's I'm pretty sure it's like skill attackers gain superiority, where it's like class advantage, and so whenever you get power drain, you're going to get a really big Fury, and that's just going to make Shang-Chi do a lot of damage. My apologies.
You're allowed to say a fun ton. I think fun tons. That's a fine thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fun ton of damage. There we go. Look. Let's see if he can do it. Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I could have sworn you get them permanently.
It's all good. Do I, so here's a question though, do I actually want that power burn on me?
Yeah, it'll be fine, I think. Especially because just look how much damage your basic hits are doing.
Yeah, but so like I shouldn't cleanse it. Because like I cleansed it there and then I was like, wait a minute, but it looked like the Fury stayed up even once the power burn or whatever it was gone.
Oh, yeah. It's not linked to the power burns being on you. It's just linked to the power burns applying, if I'm correct. But
Okay.
I could be wrong on that. I think it's like when you apply debuffs to the defender, you gain... I don't know, but yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, I feel like you and Pika Pika are saying pretty much the exact same thing. And you were right. That was a fun ton of damage, dude. I kind of want to make that a thing. I really liked that, a fun ton. Like, that feels like a safe way to say what everyone knows you're saying. You know what I mean? So, how's your Saturday morning going, my friend?
Oh, very good. I've achieved so much in the hour and 27 minutes. It's been Saturday.
You've been productive? All right. I'm pumped up though, man. We're going to a nice dinner tonight. We're going to a restaurant I haven't been to in like 3 years. My wife and I aren't getting out as much these days, but it's starting to happen again. It feels good.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
going out with friends, family, that's always a great time.
absolutely.
I mean, I'm excited because I have 4 boxes of Captain Crunch arriving in about 14 hours.
Do they have a... Oh, man, I'm not going to remember. What were the berries called? There was the Captain Crunch, then there was the peanut butter Captain Crunch, and then there was the
Crunch Berries.
It was actually called Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
Do they still make that? Is that still a thing?
They do in the U.S. And actually, funny story. That when I went to the U.S. over December, that was the first time I'd had them in like a decade. Because back when I lived in China, when I was really young, I lived in China. I could vaguely remember like loving this one cereal that had colored corn puffs, and for so long I had absolutely no clue what it was, and I've been trying to find it for ages.
Yeah.
And then I went to the US and I was like, wait a minute, I think that's Captain Crunch, and I tried it, and just this flood of memories came coming in because the taste, the nostalgia of that taste, it was just, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I finally found a way to get it in Singapore, so I've ordered a lot.
No wonder you're so excited.
I've ordered a fun ton, if you will.
Are you going to eat a whole fun ton?
Yeah, probably. And then I'm going to need to spend a fun ton of time at the gym.
I'm enjoying this joke so much, man. We got to get an emoji on this. It's causing me to play even worse than normal, but that's okay. It's worth it.
Man, all of my screw-ups on stream are turned into emojis, aren't they? First we have the headphones, and fun ton.
I don't even remember how we had that one, but it's come in use. So for those who don't know, on the Discord server, we have an emoji. And for whatever reason, it's mainly his voice. And Fel did this video where you were like predicting the champions that were going to come out in 2021, I think it was. And I was like, dude, this guy reminds me of Negan. Like, this is totally Negan from Walking Dead. I'm sure most people understood the reference. And then was it like a stream where you couldn't hear us or something?
Yeah, it was. We spent like a solid 10 or 20 minutes trying to figure out why nobody could hear me or something like that. And then I realized the mute button on my microphone or on my headset was pressed down.
Yeah. Wait, it's Saturday. So Fel is in. You're in Singapore, right?
Yeah, Singapore.
Yeah. Vega, you had DL Vader yesterday, and now Trooper Fel. Something's weird. You're slowly catching on. Yeah, you're slowly peeking behind the curtain on on what we're doing here. I wasn't ready to do an Emperor laugh. Otherwise, that would have been awesome. Larry, I'm fasting nutrition coach IRL. Oh, so are you talking about like the intermittent fasting, Larry? It's really interesting. I know a lot of people who do that and like swear by it, like love it. They actively are trying to talk me into it. And the more I'm reading into it, I'm like, it actually is making a lot of sense. It might be something. It might be something I consider. Not though. I'm having a fun ton with these words. Same here. We've got to get a fun ton. And the thing is, Fel is like with that emoji on the Discord server. I think it has been separated from you. Although I think it is called Fel in silence.
Yeah.
But we gave you a cool one too, right?
Yeah. Didn't I get the one with like the Nimrod heart or something?
Yeah.
I got the Fel. I got the Mysterio one as well. I think a while ago.
Yeah, but even that one, well, you picked it though. It's kind of your sense of humor. It's got the cracked helmet.
Yeah.
No, you have the heart one. The heart one that's not Nimrod. Although Nimrod, because of his popularity, I think is.
I like to link it. I like to link it to the Nimrod one since I think we got both of them around the same time, and since that was during my whole Nimgod Best Tech Champ phase.
Well, in all honesty, like all kidding aside, because when Fel and I are together, there's a lot of sarcasm. When you had just read the abilities of Nimrod, like I don't even think there was no CCP videos out yet. It was just his ability set, and you were like, this guy's going to be amazing. All kidding aside, Fel really did say that and was very consistent in saying that. You were, right?
Good way to describe it without calling me a fangirl.
Hey, look, we've all been a fanboy. We've all been a fangirl. That's okay. That's okay, especially when they're actually as good as Nimrod. Now, if you were a fangirl of like, I don't know, Mordo, I'd be a little worried. I was looking for someone on the screen.
You actually say that. I had a phase like a few months ago, or a bit ago during the high ground times, where I was like, you know what? Rank 5 Sig 200 Mordo, he'd be pretty OP for high ground.
You know what? I'm realizing there was a legit question in here somewhere too, and I feel badly. Larry, I have a 1-2 tech gem. Thinking of a Wake Doc Ock going up. He's fun and dang useful. Very, very true. I don't know if I would have... If he's already awakened, I can see it. I feel like the way you wrote this, you're saying you might awaken him with like a gem. I would maybe hold on. Unless there's just something that you really need him for. Fel, what do you think? Like, would you use an awakening gem and a tech 1-2 on Doc Ock?
On Doc Ock? Okay, multiple questions. One, do you have the Korean challenge done?
That's a good question.
And then number 2 is like, do you enjoy playing him? Because I think Doc Ock can be a really effective champion, as we've seen demonstrated by some good friends of ours, actually, Steel and Janik as well.
Yeah.
They're both great Doc Ock players. They swear by him, and he's a really good champion. But I think he's also one of those champions where you have to actively look for places to use him. And so basically, if you like playing him and if you're good at playing him, then 100% I'd recommend that rank up and that awakening maybe. Actually, yeah, no. If you're gonna invest in him, go for the awakening. But yeah, do you have the Korean challenge done and do you enjoy playing it that much?
I'm just so used to playing. This is why I actually don't love these nodes. I know it's going to sound weird, but like Pico was saying, kind of just play the champion. Wow, he really just, what the heck, dude? Whatever.
I'm pretty sure with 2 Furies, you could probably just nuke in the Sentry and kill.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should have just done that. I was trying so hard to explain what I wanted to explain that I got my Shang-Chi killed. There was another question, though. I saw it. Someone was asking about like a cosmic champion. There it is. An Awakened CGR, right? First rank 3. That gets you Thronebreaker, right? First rank 3?
Ooh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think that's... I think it's worthy. What did the rest of the chat say? Larry's saying, I love my R3 CGR and Awaken is fine. Yeah, I like his dupe. It's part of what, for me, makes CGR very usable. And it maybe doesn't come up a ton, but there's situations where you're able to use him because that small time where, what's it called? Like Damnation, or I can't remember what it's called. But while that's on, you're able to destroy that opponent. But I still think he's worthy of it, especially if it's getting you Thronebreaker. Like, I mean, people are R4ing him, and I think it makes a ton of sense, especially if you enjoy him. I really enjoy him, so I think it makes sense. What do you think, Fel?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I was actually talking to somebody about rank 4 CGR a bit ago, and I think one of the things, or one of the reasons it makes a lot of sense is because, remember, that increased rank gives him increased combat power rates. You're getting more power from your hits.
Yeah.
And with CGR, when the strategy, especially in war, is often to try to get to that L2 as quickly as possible, that increased combat power rate can come in very handy.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you awaken him at some point, yeah, I think in general, and I like that you start off if you enjoy him. I think that's always the key. Sometimes I forget to start off that way. All right.
See, I was talking to someone else about this a few days ago, actually, about CGR. And it's like, the one thing I really don't like about him is that he's just too good. Like, do you ever feel that with some champions? You're like, I don't like that they are this good.
Yeah, Red Magneto. Like that that's why in rankings videos I so frequently go to him as the example for that pre 12.0 switch tier. It's because I want people to understand that, like, they're not even necessarily the best. Like, so much of the rankings video is about rank up advice, and there's so many mutant champions who I would advise people to rank up to, like, rank 3 or rank 4, whatever the maximum rank is, before I would put him. But when we ranked him kind of according to how we would advise ranking up, he made the list not make sense, like almost on his own. Because people would be like, no, I use him to do all these bosses. And I'm like, you're right. I totally get it. Like, I understand. And then, like, there's only so many times in the comments I can explain. But the problem is, you know, you're better off ranking up your Apocalypse, your Professor X, your Omega Red. Like, there's just, in my opinion. And so, yeah, like, he's the poster for me of, they are so good where they're good, I actually don't enjoy them. He also has a very unenjoyable play style for me. Is that where you were going with that? Because as soon as you asked it, I'll actually be quiet on that now, because that's how much I don't like him.
Yeah, that was partially where I was going, but also, like, it's the same problem I have with champions like Magneto, where I'm really not a fan of these champions that are basically just absolutely nuke them to the ground. Other than that, there's some utility there, but there's not much. Like, I don't know why, especially when they're characters I love from the comics. I know everyone has different tastes from the comics, but Cosmic Ghost Rider is my favorite modern comics character, and Magneto is one of my favorite Marvel Comics characters just in general. And I don't know, they just feel too good. I feel like, yeah, I don't know how to articulate it, I guess, but I just don't like that they're, I don't want to, yeah, no, okay, I don't like that they're so one-dimensional, in that they don't really have significant utility besides their big damage nuke phases.
Well, I disagree there about CGR. And I get into this, well, I actually actively avoid it usually, but we're having fun, we're talking. I think CGR does have utility. Now, as shown by, and I'm not looking to go into the whole Herc 1.2 utility, that's not what I'm looking to do. But as shown by that, I think that shows how much as a community we define utility differently. And I think I got some of this from Mike, and then obviously I can think for myself sometimes. But, like, Hercules is like, do you need buffs? You can get buffs. Do you want to not miss? You can not miss. Do you want to throw specials? Because you can. Do you want to not throw specials? You can. And I think that is active utility. Like, that's utility I would use with Hercules. That I think when we're talking about utility, a lot of people would not have those as being defining characteristics. They would talk about like immunities and that sort of thing. So, or like power control, which he obviously doesn't have. He does have some pseudo immunities or resistances. Do you understand what I'm saying there? Like, and I think Cosmic Ghost Rider does have utility the way I would define it, but I get that other people might not like that utility.
And I'm guessing you're mainly referencing like his vigilance, his number of buffs, and his damnation phase if you have Awakened, correct?
Yeah, well, he also has like honestly, I like Cosmic Ghost Rider. I like him a lot. I want to point this out, and I want to make sure what I say is correct. Obviously the Sig ability, right, as you already said, but he has full immunity to bleeding. Doesn't he have Incinerate immunity too? Yeah, there it is. So like I recall a few seasons ago, it's going back a while now, but I would bring him in for a hazard shift lane in war because people would sometimes place like a Killmonger. So like he has two full immunities there. He has the armor break, the ability to trigger buffs. There's something else though. Where is it? The power gain, it's not like Hyperions or Dragon Man's. It's not like something that just happens. So I do think that's a limiting factor for him. He has to land that full combo there. But the power gain is nice. Wasn't the Vigilance off the SP1?
No, he gets Unblockable and Incinerate on the SP1.
Where's the Vigilance from? Doesn't he have a Vigilance?
Yeah, ending a combo with a medium.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I just scrolled right over it. So yeah, so like right there, and then the ability to go unblockable. I don't want to tell people they're wrong. Like, I'm not saying like you're wrong. I'm saying that I feel like he has utility.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
Yeah,
I think I also didn't really articulate what I was trying to say very well in that. What I was basically talking with that person about the other day is I would gladly trade away like 30% of CGR's maximum damage or just his damage in general in exchange for some other piece of utility. Like maybe every judgment he has on the opponent reduces their combat power rate by 20%.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. I hear you for sure. Yeah, all right. So we should get this scroll down after demolishing that Mojo. We embarrassed him. Anytime the defender is stunned, they immediately remove the stun and gain an evade charge, which grants a 100% chance to evade. Okay. Each time a hit is evaded, one evade charge is removed. Okay. If the attacker avoids a basic attack using the dexterity command, all evade charges are removed, and the defender is passively stunned. Oh, this is that. There was like a 7.2 or 7.3 boss like this, right? I couldn't stand. It
was the Black Widow Deadly Origin.
Yeah, I couldn't stand this node. Okay. When the defender activates a special attack, they gain a stun immunity. Who did you use for this?
I don't think there was really one champion I actually used for this. I think I just used a punch, but I think you just want somebody with high hit damage.
Yeah.
So that you're doing as much damage as possible during that stun phase, or maybe somebody that you can quite quickly wrap up.
Yeah.
Just an L2 or just an L1, and then you're doing a lot of damage.
I think I'm going to come back and do this. We'll do this on another lane where I have a significant amount of champions that fit that better. What's up, PP? How you doing, buddy? Falcon and Gilia are my first two R3s. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Sometimes when you jump back into the chat, it like doesn't always make sense because you might be catching up to people. Claire was an MVP for that fight. Noel close second. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll do that one. We'll do Mojo again. CGR is definitely worthy. I love CGR dupe as well as it comes in handy. The jam debuff if I awaken. I agree with you, Faust. How you doing, man? How you doing? Thanks for that comment about the war potion thing, man. CCP's been... I don't know if any CCP members have done a video. Oh, Brian did, I think. but we have been really communicating strongly with Kabam about it, and yeah, that's about. I think that's all I'm allowed to say. Yes, Doc. Not hard to learn. My social stream. Some good videos are out there. Venompool. Ramp up Venompool. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just beat up this Mojo, and then we'll get back to the we'll get back to Super Skrull afterwards.
Does that mean I get to spectate an encore of Mr. Negative?
Mr. Felganos. Mr. Felganos. Yes, actually, that's exactly what it means.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Aren't you a lucky man?
I get to learn from your incredible Mr. Negative gameplay.
Hey, let me just say, I have never died with Mr. Negative in war. It's just...
Oh, low blow.
Oh, you? I didn't know that. I didn't... Have you?
Yeah.
Why are you making me go back on my no April Fool's jokes comment?
Because I'm inherently a walking April Fool's joke.
No, don't say these things. Did you see? Was that I guess it was on the Discord server. Yeah, forget it. It won't make sense to anyone. All right.
I know this might not be the time, but I do actually want to just call out one little piece of Neg Tech that I think you'll find really fun, because I found it really fun.
What's up?
If you dash back, or you don't really need a dash back, but if you hold your block input first and then hold your heavy input at the same time, and then release your block input as they're dashing at you, it'll cancel from the block into an evade just as they're hitting into you.
You know what, buddy? Explain that to me, because I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. But I am not going to be able to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I prefer not to die.
It maybe not the best time to be trying out new strategies.
You never know. There's no time like the present, right? I mean, again, the worst thing that could happen is that we have to use items. No.
You should be fine anyways. Like,
what's that?
As I think some people said earlier, you can do this with pretty much any champion. Just like stay under a bar of power and use a bunch of heavies.
Or eat a special too, and then use someone else. Deveg is a professional bullfighter. What do you do for a living? DL. It's just Sorry, that makes me think of Daddy Long Legs. I currently run a small private foundation. That's what I do. It provides a lot of flexibility. It allows me to feel like I am doing good in the world, which is important to me. This Mojo is just, he's like wily, man. But yeah, I think that's all I should say on what I do for a living. If anyone's more curious about like any of that, I mean, we can ask, and if I don't answer, just I hope you guys understand why.
Vegas hiding his second job as a beard stylist.
A beard model? What are you talking about? I actually, no one's interested in that. But a guy who used to create content for MCoC started a beard oil company, and I actually used it. I really liked it, but I think they're not making it anymore or something. I don't know. Appreciate your effort with war vids. One of the best videos. Thank you very much, DL. I really love them, and I'm being very honest. I try not to like hide anything. Like this is just me. Like this is like if you hung out with me in real life, this is what it's like. And I love war. I love war. It's the one mode I take seriously. Like, I'm joking around here, and I'd rather be talking with you guys and Fel. And if I die, like, whatever, it's fine. I have plenty of items, and if I don't have items, I can get units. Like, I'm not trying to die, and you'll see I'll get serious at times or I'll get quiet. But war is where I do duels. I really think through matchups. It's not the same as being on a sports team. You know, I played sports my whole life until I got really old. And so I miss that. I miss that camaraderie and like working with people to do something. Oh man, I didn't get that off in time. Like that's a perfect example. I would much rather talk to you guys than get that fight down. And so in war, that's where you'll see me really play like as best as I can. I often come into this room, I sit in that chair in the back, I lock the door, and I really just concentrate. So I love that. And I've had a lot of my members, because they knew I was considering taking a break from 4 Loki after this season. Like we got second. It's like I cannot think of a better way to just take a break. War takes up so much time for me. And a couple of my members, I think it was Mikey, who wrote something like, look, dude, we can tell how much you enjoy it, though. Like, it's very clear. And so thank you. I really appreciate the comments, the positive comments on the war videos. Like, I don't mind showing my deaths because I feel like we can all learn. And yeah, so there it is. Is Slaymon still here, or are you just bringing him up? Oh.
No, I'm just bringing him up because there's a little bit of a joke we have amongst myself, Slay, Nas, and like that crew.
Yeah.
Hit him and DLL, to say the least.
What's the joke about? Or is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a fun pun?
Yes, it's a fun time joke.
Okay.
If I haven't said already, actually, massive congratulations on coming second, for Loki coming second.
Dude.
It's kind of ironic because I actually think when you're doing the Lizer interview, I think one of the questions I put in was like, what for Loki has been on the rocks a little bit. What pressures are there going into the season to like clean up, I guess? And clearly you guys have done that. So just massive congratulations all around.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I remember that question, and I recall I was like, because Lizer had told me that, you know, like, she doesn't even show her face on her videos, you know, and she's been doing YouTube for a long time. What's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. And so I was like, I want to do everything I can to make sure she's just comfortable. And I feel like she got comfortable very quickly. So I felt comfortable asking not harder questions, but questions like that, you know?
Oh, no, of course. I wasn't like trying to be passive aggressive or anything there. I was just saying like I found it really like not cool, I guess. Yeah, cool.
No, I actually, I think we're saying something similar. I thought it was a great question. And our goal is masters. Our goal is masters every season, unless we decide otherwise. And we had been Platinum 1 the 2 previous seasons. So I totally got it. Like, I think we all were aware of it, of like, we got to do something, you know, something's got to change. And some things did change. There actually were some changes made. Some battlegrounds shifted around a little bit. I think a couple of people took some breaks, and so we got in some new recruits who I think were really war focused, some really good war players. And you know, as someone who does war, you know what that's like. If you exchange someone who's maybe looking for a war break for someone who's great at war, then that helps the whole battle group, right? So there was that. Lizer did a great job of planning, and then. Look, I'll be realistic, guys. Like, I'm aware of it. I think we had a hard schedule. Like, we fought SSX twice. We fought GT40 twice. We fought Noon once. We fought Made in Brazil once. And we fought Gods of War once. And those were all masters, and some were top 1 and top 3. And that being said, I think we were fortuitous in that some of our, like, 7 Deaths Wars, our opponent had 9. And some of our, like, 3 Death Wars, our opponent had 4. Where if those had been like switched, we would have ended up with a loss of. Yeah, I said that correctly. So I think, you know, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think I'm saying what I mean to say. I think you guys get it. All right, Squirrel Girl, Paradox. I really don't want to do a Paradox one on stream, but oh well, whatever. When the attacker gains a buff, they also gain 1 Paradox charge. Okay. Entropic Prowess. The attacker gains 30% of their special attack rating for each Okay, so we want these paradox charges. We will get them from buffs. The defender has a plus 100% combat power rate. This combat power rate boost is disabled. Okay. So this Doc Ock would shut that off, right? That's what he does. He does combat power, not ability power, right? If I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. Whenever the attacker's buffs are nullified, expire, or fail to reduce ability, actually, the defender gains a passive prowess, increasing. Vega, he does both. Okay, cool. Yeah, because he does the power lock as well.
Yeah, just power in general, actually, if I'm correct.
Netto, basically the results fit the matchups. So I think that's true there. Like, I'll take a second and address that. I'll flat out say what I was trying to say is like, for Loki, I'm very curious to see how we do next season. I think we will be in Masters. I don't know if we'll be top 3, but that would surprise me. But I do think we'll be in Masters comfortably there. Also, it's like kind of like a period new thought. Like, let's even do a full new paragraph. Sometimes in videos, you'll see people be like, "Oh, well, you know, they had 9 deaths 3 wars ago, but now they only have 2." And I tried to address this in one of my videos. Is like, I think that's competition. Like, for people who've played sports or people who've played video games competitively with like against other people, there's just sometimes a thing where like, you know, you're facing this matchup and you like rise to the occasion, or you're a little more relaxed, or let's say your opponent has like 3 early deaths that they don't normally do. And then so like, I mean, it's happened to me where I'm like, okay, we're way ahead. Like, yeah, I'm still going to boost, but you know what? I'm not going to take 15 minutes to duel for this fight. And so I don't think that's always a sign that something like shady or weird is going on or underhanded. I think oftentimes it's just a sign that like it's a competitive game and sometimes you play to your competition. And I feel like that's what Neto's saying there a little bit too. So yeah. What's up, PPG? How you doing, buddy? Just don't get hit by the specials. Ooh, easier said than done, my friend. But we'll see. All right. So I think DLL has joined us on call. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, buddy. So do I need champions to get buffs? It looks like.
I actually tend to avoid champions that get buffs on these lanes because it makes it really hard to control the prowess or the paradox.
Actually, yeah, I recall bringing in an Angela and getting very, very frustrated.
Right, because when you dex once, that's 2 charges.
Okay. What were you going to say, Fel?
I was just going to say, I would bring APOC Professor X if I were you, because you're getting bonus special attack rating. You can get buffs just from dashing back, and that makes it easy enough to control your prowess, I guess. Or sorry, to control paradox, I guess. Okay. Not to mention APOC specials will be hitting very hard. Professor X's specials will be hitting very hard.
I used a fair bit of Killmonger as well. You could do the same with Mole Man. I mean, well, Mole Man's Unstoppable is actually a buff, so maybe not. But for Killmonger, there were places where I took advantage of the Indestructible and the Countercharge to get my openings and to get my heavies without gaining buffs.
Let's see how this group does. I like the suggestions a lot.
Actually,
what's that, Fel? No, go for it. What's that, Fel?
One really interesting trinity that I used a lot throughout 7.4, APOC Strife Cable, just because the damage ramps up so quickly with the Strife synergy that he just ends up absolutely nuking through fights like after 4 special ones or something like that.
Dude,
crazy.
I was so disappointed. I think it was last night, because I've been doing some of this off stream too. There was a lane. I'm like, oh, Strife's going to be so good for this, and I took in Strife, Cable, and APOC. And like, if I had really sat there and like fully concentrated and like had no distractions, Strife would have been good. But after like a fight and a half, I was like, screw this. I'm just going to use APOC. And the damage was so good. And there was nothing about it that shouted, like, use APOC for this. Like, I don't remember specifically what the lane was, but it felt like a Strife lane. And I still was just like, nope, gonna go to APOC. What are you gonna do?
Dude, no, I 100% get that. I'm pretty sure I used APOC for majority of the fights in like 50% of the lanes in 7.4 with the Strife and Cable synergy. It was just absolute domination.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me read through what I'm supposed to be doing here. When the attacker gains a buff, why do I need to gain buff? It just increases special attack damage. And they have increased combat power rating until... So yeah, I get what people are saying, like evade specials and... Alright. I love Professor X. I just don't play him that much, so this is going to be practice. We're going to practice, like Tiger.
True Potential Icarus does have a synergy with Cersei. It's on her sheet, I believe, but they do have a synergy.
That's why the Aunt May is so great. One.
Sorry, what?
That's one of the many reasons why the Aunt May site is so good. Because they list, like, if the champion's got a synergy, whether it's on their page or not, it's listed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had so many.
Are you okay, Fel?
It's like 3 a.m. for him.
Yeah, no, sorry, my headset unplugged.
Oh,
so
okay.
My mic switched back to the computer mic, which is just so bad.
It sounded like you were getting eaten by a robot or something.
Yeah. I was just gonna say before that happened.
It's pretty funny.
Believe how many conversations I've had with members of my alliance over the past 2 seasons. Like, you should be looking at Aunt May when you're planning. Yeah. Like, there is no excuse to not have that pulled up while you're planning.
It is very helpful.
It's the tab next to my spreadsheet at all times.
Actually, I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna see if it comes up if I just type A in my browser. Yep, first result. Did
I just brutally misplay that, or did my mind control phase not trigger? I'm very willing to accept that I misplayed it.
You may. Are you sure you were at 100?
Thought I was, and I threw the special 3.
The mind control seemed to have been there.
It just ended a lot faster than I thought it would. I did take a second to register, and then my falter was still up, so I went to the SP2. I went to get a little more power to throw my SP2. Yeah, because she was power locked, or she was special locked. So it just ended faster. I just misplayed it.
Oops. I've officially skipped an entire off-season 4.
So did I. It felt great.
I mean, no regrets. I'll do some testing in the next one, but
it felt so good to just like not join war.
See, you can just leave your alliance, and then you can do that every war.
It'd be so sad, though. I really would. I'm glad they were able to accommodate me.
Yeah, and I did see several members of my BG testing stuff and tagging me with those fights, and that's always cool.
Yeah, like I ignored those as well, but it really was cool to see them try.
No, I did watch their videos. Like I told you, we have a brand new rank 4 overseer.
Ooh.
So like that requires some testing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And Strands is playing with his new rank 4, of course.
Strands has a rank 4 Omega Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is such a cool rank 4, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like genuinely. Whoa.
Her damage is really pretty nuts.
Come on,
like just the whole base attack thing. Like, even if you're not using her incinerates, even if the node is turning off most of her kit, he boosted her and showed us she had 7,500 base attack.
Wow.
Well, not base, but like attack going into the node.
Yeah. So modified attack, right?
Right. but that's like all she needs.
Mm.
Like he took a buffet node with her, and it was strike counter. So like he played it a little bit at the start, but fell a little bit out of the rotation. It just didn't matter. Like combos were doing enough.
What's up, Meta? Okay, Aiden, thank you for letting me know. Because I when we went back and like I looked at the stats, I was like, nah, I think I misplayed it, which I'm totally comfortable with. But it's good to know that I did. Now I can kind of think that through. I really like him. I actually have him at Sig 200. Not that I think he's a good Sig 200 candidate necessarily, but I had a lot of Sig stones at a point in time, and I took him and Shang-Chi up almost as a way to kind of force myself to take them both up to rank 4 early. I'm not sure Chuck's going to make it, though, which kind of stinks.
What a shame.
It kind of feels like one. It feels a bit like a shame to me. But, what are you going to do?
Actually, yeah, it was only half. Why did I use my sarcastic voice there? That actually is a shame.
It feels a bit like a shame. A lot of it's going to come down to what gem I get. If I get Mutant, I think there's a chance he's my rank 4. I think there's a good chance. But I think I probably have to get Mutant. Maybe if I get Tech.
Honestly, I'm still really confused why we haven't seen more Professor X war gameplay. Like, it's not like...
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I guess so, actually.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
His health pool is 24th percentile.
Ooh.
You know what, though, is... And I remember talking to Taters about it, because I was considering taking him up. Professor X. And he was like, well, he's like, rank 4, yeah, maybe. Because there'd be a bigger health pool. But he's like, Taters assigned me to do I was it 12 or 13 different champions. So he kind of used it a little differently than Lizer did. I'm not going to land that, am I?
It's a shame too, because like I'd imagine we've seen actually some test footage, I guess, of him just being absolutely insane with mutant power back boosts.
Yeah, but remember who's posting those.
Sorry, what? You cut out there.
Oh, sorry, I said, but remember who's normally posting those? And I've also seen like those same people where it's like, oh my god, yeah, Professor X does this amazing thing, cheeses the boss with power back boosts. But they don't show you that in getting the charges, they died on the way there.
I've seen, what have I seen do it? I think I saw, actually, what put Na on my radar for, like, getting him into Gomp in the first place was he sent me some Professor X footage. And, like, he was in a lower tier of War at the time, but, like, I think you could make that work. Like, I genuinely think that'd be viable in War if you had a player who was comfortable enough with Professor X. Like, not his playstyle, but just comfortable enough with playing a champion that has such a minuscule health pool.
There's little stuff, though, like, and Jacob, I remember you trying to talk me out of it. I wasn't going to listen, though. There was no talking me out of it. But there's just stuff, like, when you play the champion a lot, like, and in that fight, I took a moment to read what Aiden said about what happened in the thing. I was like, yeah, he's right. That makes a lot of sense, and I appreciated that. So then I was able to adjust in this fight, because I wanted to get a little bit more power and use my falter, but I didn't take as long as to do it. And then just little stuff like you can trigger Professor X's mind control if you end your combo in a light and you have over, I think it's 50 of his channeling charges. I had quite a few, so I felt comfortable. So there's just like, it's the nuance in playing these champions. It makes a big deal. Where is it?
Yeah.
There it is. You guys can see it. While 50 channeling charges using the 4th light attack inflicts mind control. Like, and he. So here's the other thing. I don't know if either of you guys was on the stream yet, where I was talking about just like I enjoy trying to like read the Kabam tea leaves and where they're going and stuff. And I feel like Miss is becoming a bigger and bigger deal. He's a Miss counter, and he's one of those ones where like it just happens. Like you have to take a few seconds. You need him awakened, but it just happens. I really love that. I really love that.
That's actually what excited me so much about duping him the other day. I was like, oh, awesome! Now I don't even have to use a heavy attack to make him miscounter. Or a main counter, actually.
I answered your question. Did you see it?
Vigilance for me, since his also counters evade.
Did you see? I answered the question for you, Fal. I saw it like a day later, or so. I saw it quite a bit later, but I did answer that.
Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, of course. For those who are wondering, it was about his SIG ability, and if I had a noticeable increase in damage, I don't think that. Not one that I would recommend people take him to SIG 200 for kicks and giggles.
Yeah. By the way, to answer, I checked his block proficiency with the percentile. It is very good. It's actually only 63rd percentile, which just tells you how many champions can block well in the game these days. But yeah, I mean, the issue is always, it's not like how much chip damage does he take. It's, does he survive if you mess up and need a combo?
Yeah. And that's what makes MCoC such a good champion. Just absolute chunky boy who dishes absolutely incredible damage. MCoC, I think his health pool is actually exaggerated a fair bit because it's only 71st percentile. But it's the fact that it's 71st percentile with like non-zero armor and any crit resistance. Like he just does not die to combos as much.
Remember what we were talking about with miscounters? DL, I know you showcased this recently, and I did too on something.
Yes, I showcased it very poorly, but
it's just fun. Well, hey, that's welcome to my streams, my friend. Infamous. I have to admit, I know your name. I actually don't know what alliance you're in. I'm under the impression it's a very good one, and I have I have a positive connotation when I read your name, but I actually don't know which one it is. So if you don't mind letting me know, that'd be awesome. Because I have a feeling I've maybe seen.
Who is that?
You're Infamous.
Oh, they're in Noon.
Okay, no wonder I have such a positive connotation with their name. That would make a lot of sense. I have a lot of respect for Noon. I like KT1. As you guys know, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know I like him a lot. Andy, there's a guy named Andy in Noon now. I've known Andy longer than I've known DLL. In fact, Andy was this was like a deep cut. Like I don't know if any of you guys will know this, but I'll sometimes reference this guy where we would play War, and there was me, this other guy that was like a massive whale named Hussein Dora, and there was a guy who was a good player named EAJ, and there was a guy who clearly understood the game better than we did. His name was Zoli. And then there was Andy, and we were all like in one BG, and like our BG was the only one that would clear the map in War and stuff like that. And mainly me and Hussein, which is because we'd keep reviving, and the other guys were actually like would win their fights. And Andy would do this all with it was an OG Black Panther. I'm almost positive. And there was like a Nightcrawler boss. And we're like, there's no way he's going to be able to take out this Nightcrawler boss with like an OG Black Panther. Like, there's just no way. And he did. And it was just like, Andy's just so much better at this game than the rest of us. Anyways, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, these are just fun memories for me,
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to Story Time.
I think a lot of us have those people I think we spent a lot of time with in alliances.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too far into it, but I tried to reconnect with one of the dudes in one of my old alliances over Christmas, but unfortunately never got back to me. Hope he's doing okay. Joey, if you're out there, hope you're good, my friend.
Like with line accounts and stuff, it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't even mention like MP Blaze and White Mummy. Of course, I know and like both of them very much.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think that I do want to assign Professor X more at War. Like, I did take him myself this last season. You just have to be careful with it. It's kind of like, as much as I love Elsa, and really think that people are horribly underrating her, there is a reason that the only two people who've taken her to War in my VG are Campo and another officer, Taint. We're both extremely skilled. And it's because, like, as good as she is, like, you can get through difficult fights with her not taking any damage at all, even less than Professor X, because of that evade counter. Like, if you know what you're doing and you play well, like, Elsa is not likely to die. It's just the fact that if you mess up, there's that downside. So I still assign her in the hands of people who've proven they're comfortable with her.
Yeah.
But it's just not something that I'm going to send anyone with just because it's technically an option. And I put Charles in the same boat.
Infamous, that's good to know. And dude, Psycho Billy's a great guy. He had a really like hit and miss season. Like I overall I'm happy with it because it produced a solid outcome for my alliance. But like it felt like almost every other war I would have one fight that was just like, dude, did you hand your phone to your kid? Like what happened here? And there was a point, I think it was like after I fought like I fought a bugged Heimdall boss and we didn't know about the bug yet. And it really just frustrated me. It really bothered me a lot. And he like reached out to me, wrote me this really like thoughtful message. I liked him anyway, but he and I are in the same BG. And I just really appreciated what I like Billy a lot. He's a good dude. Whitestone Andy? Sorry, that's a joke no one's going to get. Yeah, I didn't get it. In fact, I was like, oh, finally someone's got me on April Fool's. I'm still waiting for someone to get me for April Fool's here. Faust, Omega Sentinel, 20 incinerate damage is 420 damage. It's insane. You guys are... I'll just tell you, I think we have like 80 some odd people. I'll show you guys. I mean, I already had her as my profile picture, so I think that showed you the level of commitment I was making. But sorry if I'm ruining anything for you guys. But I'm just very excited about her. DL Health's played this game alongside me long enough to know that, like, once I say I'm going to hunt the champion, I'm going to go out and get him. And so that's part of why I don't hunt nearly as much as I used to, is because I just don't want to do that all the time. And so yeah, use Chavez on Super Skrull. Peter FLO, I saw your... Yeah, it was one where I was like, I will admit that this hunt, I actually did get close to my limit. I do have one, and I did actually get very, very close to it, which was weird for me because I was like, I've only had one, I believe, one true hunt that was failed, and it was Sentinel. I think it was Sentinel. I really badly wanted Sentinel for some reason. I can't even remember what
He was arguably the best robot in the game for a while.
And this was when 5 stars were a thing. Like they were the big deal. All right.
This could actually be good for Super Skrull. But Aiden, I think that the you won't language is something that may not always cross generational barriers, including even to me.
What are you trying to say?
If that makes any sense.
You trying to say I'm old?
You're not younger than I am.
Because you're right, I am old.
Y'all are both old.
This is true. What does you won't mean? Now I'm curious. Now you've piqued my curiosity.
It's basically like I double dog dare you.
Ooh, double dog. All right, let's do it.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Now I'm excited though. Thanks for translating it for
somebody
me.
says you won't, I get PTSD from when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 with a few of my friends. We were driving over to one of the heists, or in a helicopter or something like that. One of my friends says, crash on the side of the mountain, you won't. And so my other friend does, and we spend the next 45 minutes trying to get out of those hills, because whenever we die and respawn, it puts us back in those hills. How
many units did it take? It took a lot. It took quite a few. Like I said, I was actually getting close to my limit. And I was actually
non-public limit.
Yeah. So I think you guys have known, and we're just talking around fun. And if we're missing questions, please repeat them. Please repeat, because we're just having fun. We're talking about the game and life and whatever. So if it's not spamming if you repeat a question that we've missed. I don't, despite what you guys saw, because it's a thin line, I don't like glamorizing spending money on the game. I just don't. I totally get why people put monetary dollar amounts in their thumbnail and their title. I totally get it. As someone who does YouTube, and no shade is being thrown towards them at all. It's just not something I like doing. And so I don't like talking about that, like how much or anything like that. I will be putting it out in 2 videos. Part 1 will come out tomorrow, then part 2 will come out on probably Monday. So that's that. I think I answered the question I was trying to answer. Super Skrull, America Chavez? All right. I don't think it's going to work, but...
If you want to come back when you have more backup, I won't blame you, or I won't judge you.
Shang-Chi and Cable.
I'll admit, I don't fully understand the fight. We looked at it a few seconds ago because I hate this node. Anytime the defender is stunned, it's one of those ones I have a mental block on it.
Oh yeah, actually, her normal passive stun would work great, but it won't on this fight, so you can't chain combos into heavies on this fight.
Okay.
But what you can do is you can try and reparry, and then you dash back, and then you dex, and you stun them based on how many times you parried, and you'll do extra damage. And so you can build your heavies that way.
I almost guarantee this goes horribly. I'm pretty sure this is where we'll finally have to use items today. Because and Fell's the one who reminded me.
Sorry for baiting you.
No, it's okay. Fell's the one that reminded me that it was Black Widow Clairvoyant. Because I'm like, no, there was a boss in 7-2 or 7-1 or 7-3 that I could not stand. I just never got it. He's like, yeah, it was not Black Widow Clairvoyant. Deadly Origin. Thank you. And I'm I'm having flashbacks to that right now. So the more we make a joke out of this, the better for me, because it's going to get ugly. You guys thought I spent a lot of units getting Omega Sentinel? Watch how many I spend getting down the Super Skrull.
Richard, you should absolutely look at Elsa more closely. Check out Campo's channel in the description for some gameplay with her from this last season.
Absolutely. Yeah, if there's a question about Elsa, please check out Elsa's being Elsa gameplay on Campo's. Can't even talk. Campo's channel. Who should I remove though? Killmonger?
Probably Professor X.
Professor X.
Because he's low in health?
Yeah.
But he's a miscounter. Alright.
Meh.
You don't have to worry that much about the miscounter here. That's something that I had to tell myself. It's not unstoppable armor. You can hit his block.
Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna totally pretend I'm by myself, and I'm gonna read this through so I can try to understand. Anytime the defender is stunned, they immediately remove the stun and get an evade charge. Okay. Which grants a 100% chance to evade. Each time a hit is evaded, 1 evade charge is removed. If the attacker avoids a basic attack using the Dexterity Master, all evade charges are removed. What's the trick? I remember I never understood the trick. You're trying
The trick is parry many times in a row. Don't try to attack them because they'll just evade.
Yeah.
But you parry multiple times in a row, then you dex and you get a long stun. You do triple damage during that stun.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, man. But the parries aren't landing.
Right, because they turn into the evade charges.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my
But now
dex.
you have 5 of them, so when you dex, you'll get a nice long stun.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's how it incentivizes reparrying.
Oh, no. I actually set it up pretty well.
Let's try to get a dex in there.
What? How many times do I have to dex? Why is it
No, because he threw a special and now he's stun immune.
I was like, no, I really played that well. So when they throw a special, they go stun immune.
Yeah.
Okay. So the issue was he got his power gain. So
Right.
if at like 4 or 5, which is probably why DLL called out the 5,
Yeah, I think 5 is kind of a sweet spot because then you can dex and you want to land a heavy and actually finish it because that'll blunt his power gain.
that's what I was thinking. Like now I kind of want to try to do this with America Chavez.
Yeah, if you can land 2 heavies, then you might even be able to stop him from throwing a special at all.
All right.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is pretty cool, actually.
This is kind of fun. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I still don't really like it, but I'm feeling better about it. Until that happened.
Yeah, getting a combo to the face doesn't tend to feel very nice.
No. And now he's stun immune.
Yeah,
Right.
just try not to dex here.
Why won't his
Well,
stun?
you don't have any charges up, so it doesn't matter if you dex.
Why won't his stun immunity go away? Oh, that's now it's finally
It
ticking
just
down.
lasts a long time.
Yeah. Man, this fight is not. This is a pretty tough fight, right?
It's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
easier with a nullifier to get rid of the stun immunity, but yeah, there are challenges like that.
Huh. Interesting. It's okay. I'll bring in my nullifier now.
Sorry.
It's totally fine.
That's what I said you could bring back up. That is actually what I meant, is like if you bring Claire or Doom on a path.
What's up, Ace? How you doing, buddy?
Also, actually, unrelated topic, but after pulling America Chavez, my apologies, the other day, I'm really getting what you mean now when you say she's like half a kid. Like, more than anything, I loved how you could actually be at a net positive power-wise if you manage your dimensions correctly from throwing off L1s. Like, that is so cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Cannot
Really
trigger
stinks
Dex.
She doesn't have great utility besides that.
I'm actually trying to Dex. For anyone who's wondering, like, what am I doing?
The input issues really coming back right now.
I really think it's me, to be honest. I know I heard you laugh. I think this was me.
I was actually kind of curious because, like, as much as the refractor helps, my worst issues have always been with XL champs,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if it fixed it or if that's still like the worst part.
I feel like that's still been a issue. Is Skrull XL?
Yeah,
Yeah. And Penny. Her
oh my
dash
god, I was
in.
trying to dex a penny the other day and I almost lost my mind.
Yeah, I'm still having that kind of problem. And I'm struggling here. Like, I can't land. There we go.
Like, I think one thing that could be cool for America is if she had an ability that allowed her to nullify, but selectively, kind of like the inverse of Ebony Maw. Because, Ebony Maw, in the beginning of the fight, can only nullify Fury, Cruelty, Precision. It would be interesting if America was able to only nullify buffs other than the ones that she can invert. So, like, maybe she did something that wouldn't nullify Fury, Armor Up, Precision, Cruelty, Power Gain. But she could still get rid of, like, if Vigilance was causing a problem, if Glancing was causing a problem, like something else like that.
Eights almost got me. Because I said hi to Eights earlier, but I was concentrating on something else. If I had read the whole thing, you would have got me on that one.
I hate this holiday.
Very clever. I've actually been asking people to try to get me, so I'm I'm doing this to myself. This is actually kind of fun. I'm starting to almost enjoy this.
Meta says that bullet time is his favorite node in the game.
I
think it's the stun immunity is the problem.
True potential. Thank you. It had to be said. Someone had to say it.
I appreciate his Lion King 2 reference.
Hey, Vega.
What's up?
Do you know that one member of For Loki? His name is Joe.
Joe?
Don't do it.
Mama.
He's so proud of himself.
He should be. He works so hard. As someone who loves dad jokes, I'm okay with this.
I'm laughing way too hard at this.
Again, it's like 4 a.m. for you. You are more than justified in laughing hard at that.
Jacob is now unsubscribed.
BOFA is a fantastic champion.
Bachelor of Fine Arts?
I don't think I'm supposed to say. I purposely
you
said
knew what that was.
Oh, I know.
I don't. So that's the real thing here. Is you guys are gonna get me on stuff where I'm like, I actually won't even look back and be like, oh, I know what I did. All right, let's go for one more. Come on, Epoch.
At rank 5, my Thor, Jane Foster, Ant-Man is my first rank 5 5-star. That has to be a holiday appropriate question.
We got another one? Oh, no. Immunity kick in.
You joke, but Nah would really be encouraging that rank 5 Jane Foster.
One day she might be okay.
Maybe. On the same day Mysterio gets buffed.
Like, her kit has potential, but it's just... Active stuns as the basis for a kit's damage are too fragile.
I think we're gonna do it. Yes.
Item list.
I wanted that one. I don't know if you guys could tell. I wanted to not have to use an item on that fight. Oh,
that's right, Martian. You were the one who told me to bring Diablo my last run through this, weren't you? That was a good one.
Thank you so much, dude. I always appreciate it. If you have a question for any of us, let us know. We've got 2 really smart players here online, and also I am here. So if you have any questions, please let us know. But I definitely appreciate the support.
Missed opportunity there. You could have said 2 really smart players and fell.
I know. I like to balance out jokes at your expense with compliments. You know what I mean? It's just what
it's not because he means them. He just is a nice person.
Yeah, and if like he didn't make them, people would think he was mean on stream.
Yeah, I want people to know that I'm only mean in private.
Kylo Ren has returned. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what it is. It's getting hotter in Pittsburgh. Maybe it's the AC doing things.
What's weird is I can't hear it at all. So, yeah, we've been through this before.
Yeah.
I got KT with Candace.
Oh no.
Yeah, I could tell.
No.
I'm not gonna go for this one. He was upset. We're like, I don't know, let's watch Vega fail so we can learn from his mistakes, so we can remember to bring a Nullify champ. Faust, I would bring a Nullify champ. Or just bring a whole roster full of 6-star rank 3s. So, you know. But yeah, I'd bring the Nullify champ. It was fun, though. I have to say, that was a fun fight.
Yeah, I think there's room for that fight to be soloed with America and for it to be fun, but it's all going to be in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. When you called out the 5, I was like, he's calling that out for a reason. I didn't have the ability to figure it out quickly. I think there's like, I kind of almost want to come back and do that again with her.
That's what I meant about backup. Like if you take another path and you have like Claire or Diablo on the team, then maybe she might be a good first run.
Hold on. Oh, Ace, you actually did get me with that one. I was like, am I muted? Ultimate mediocre player. What's up, dude? You're back again. I have to apologize. I don't recognize the denomination for the donation amount. 100's a lot either way. So thank you very much. If you should be on the board, I apologize. I don't recognize that. I don't know. So I'm just going to put you up there because I appreciate it regardless. And you donated yesterday too. Just took Nimrod to rank 4. Thanks for... Oh, absolutely. Congratulations. That is awesome. How do I make this very clear? That
rupees. I had a suspicion, but I needed to look it up to be sure.
I'm trying to do this in a way that it doesn't make it look like I'm calling Adam the ultimate mediocre player. It's
UMP or something.
Yeah, thank you. There, I think that was a good solution. Hey, no worries, dude. I'm asking people to actually try to get me, so this is good. A fun question, I hope. If you were only able to use one champion per quest in accident and can only use that champion once, oh, jeez. I mean, that'd be so hard, right? Because
it's not how the bosses are built.
Yeah, but I have to say, just having gone through this and done so much of it right now, if I had to choose like just one champion for as much as possible, I'm sure there'd be a lot he wouldn't work for. It's MCoC. He's been a monster. And then Garbage Disposed. What's up, dude? I saw that you did see the video where I called out that because you said something like in the war chat, so that was really fun. I was glad you got to see it too. Neto, thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. All right, let me go ahead and figure this out. And then Fel and DL, I'm curious, kind of like, I think that's basically like an MVP type question for 7.4.
Yeah, I don't really have an answer because I've been intentionally playing 7.4 from the standpoint of I have 36 plus rank 3s. I want to use as many of them as possible. And so like I've been trying to find ways to like get Psylocke to work, to get Jabari's actually crushed it multiple times, but I'm just trying to use a variety. If I had to pick one and only one, and if I'm understanding it's one per quest, like I don't know how I could pick one for each quest. But I think there's probably like one that I would be able to use Reed for. I'd bring Doom. I'd bring Apocalypse. If I had Nick Fury, he'd probably end up being one of them. I could probably get through most of one of them with like Guardian and then maybe like Claire. Those are kind of my generalists.
What about you, Phil? I don't know how much
of enjoy the content.
Phil, how much of this do you have done? I actually don't recall.
Sorry, what?
How much of 7.4 do you have done? I really don't remember.
I explored it, man. I ranked for Mr. Negative.
That's right. Did you have like an MVP or someone?
Definitely. Apocalypse, no doubt. Like, he just did so much throughout 7.4.
Yeah. JJ, what is up? Bell jokes, Bell compliments. All things must be balanced. Got my first R4 last night from 7.4. Took Spidey on it. Dude, congratulations. As you know, I love that one. I used Kingpin for Skrull. I mean, I could see it, but that's not a nullifier, so you just kind of played around the node, right? Vega, where do you see Omega Sentinel? Do you think she will surpass Warlock, Nimrod, Gilly? No, I don't. I don't think she'll surpass them in that. I don't think this is a situation where she will be who you use for everything. Like if it's, oh, we need a tech or we need a heal block, it's always going to be her. But I think she's definitely I think she's going to be in that conversation with them where you need a tech or you need a really great champion. You're going to cycle through champions and she will join that kind of echelon, let's call it, or something like that. That's what I think. I don't believe she's going to be a ghost, or something like that. If you've seen my rankings video, I do not expect her to be in that pre 12.0 switch. In no way, shape, or form. I just don't believe that. But I think she's eventually going to end up in the top shelf. The worst I think she'll end up is in what's the next level down? It's called Super Premium. But I believe she'll be there with Warlock, Nimrod, Gilly, especially as we see Mist mechanic becoming more and more of a problem that Kabam presents to us. Like that's a lot of what this game is about, right? They present us a problem, and we often don't have a great answer to that problem. We have a bunch of champions who can kind of do it, and then eventually they supply the answer in the form of a champion. That's not all the game is about. It's just that's a thing that the game is about. So I think that's why she's here, and I'm very, very excited about her. There's a reason why I decided to go out there and get her. Yeah. Faust 7.4. Yeah, Hercules with suicides is everything. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were like, well, I don't know about Hercules, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you don't ever use him with suicides, do you? And they're like, no. And it's like, okay, I understand. Like, and I completely understood. Because if you don't realize, like, he's going to heal right back up for you, So I get it. I do.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
He's really fun, though. Like, someone earlier it came up, like, a champion who... I don't remember how it was phrased. Oh, I misread this node badly. This might not go as well as I thought it was going to go.
Oh, yeah, the spite one.
Yeah.
This was...
I didn't read it as spite, and it clearly is. I thought both champions had the power that I have. Does that make sense? Yes.
But no, it's if you want to gain power by not blocking, then you have to trigger spite. I ended up eating a special 3 from Null with Kingpin towards the end of the lane, because when both spite and recharge are active, and they freaking love blocking, they just rock it up.
I'm really beginning to wonder.
Aiden says Chavez lane, to be honest. You know what? That's not the craziest idea, Aiden.
Yeah, I thought I was just gonna be able to kind of Corvus cheese this and talk with you guys the whole time, but I think I need to back out of that plan.
You can probably Miguel cheese it, and I do like the Chavez shout.
Yeah, let's try to make Chavez fun. Let's attempt. But almost all of my plans are not good.
Yeah, Freeze
just took Elsa to rank 2. That's a fun thing. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go for it.
As Richard just said, just took Elsa to rank 2. That is some fun gameplay. I'm happy to hear that, man.
Definitely. Elsa's awesome. I think I actually just... No, I did. I actually just took her to rank 3 myself. Really cool champ.
Yeah, I've wanted the 6-star for a long time.
They're just gaining power the whole time.
Technically, like, if you don't parry out of the gate, then a champion without native buffs won't immediately trigger spite.
Yeah.
So, like, you could, with Chavez, you could, like, bait a heavy and then combo into a heavy, and then that would get that first dimension rolling, and that probably works pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Bad Achilles is bad. All right. Man, I really liked this lane a lot better the way I read the node. It would have been a lot. It would have been a lot easier. I was trying to figure out. I'm like, wow, they really gifted us an easy node here. That's interesting. So you were saying beta heavy, don't trigger decks, and then get my can't remember what zone it's called. Hers.
Right. I think it's the parallel one. No, it's not the parallel one.
It's one of
the purple one.
The purple one.
That one. Negative. There you go. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. It in hindsight makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and now I think you can freely parry.
Yeah, you should be able to. UMP just asking, or Ultimate Mediocre Player, he's asking, hey Vega, my 6-star rank 4 APOC is unduped and I got like 2 generic awakening gems. Only champs who are worthy of them are Kitty or Hyperion for me, as I already got other champs. Would you use the gem? Sorry if I just butt in first, since I see you're concentrating on the fight.
Yeah. Please, I was actually going to ask you to do that, so that's awesome. Thank you.
No worries. For me, it heavily depends on whether you're whether you need prestige. UMP, like APOC isn't somebody that I think people would classically think, oh, I should give him a generic waking gem and sig 200 him, but his prestige isn't that. But yeah, his prestige is pretty good. He's like top 20, I want to say, or something around there.
I think he's still 15. Yeah.
Yeah, and he does gain considerable benefit from it with that regen, especially if Kabam decide to stick to their guns on making war potions a lot more expensive. And of course, he's just an amazing champion. So if you're looking at, if you do actually need prestige, or if you care about prestige at all, then yeah, I would suggest awakening your APOC and take him to Sig 200.
Yeah, but it is definitely prestige, because there are also a ton of people who use their apocalypse all the time unawakened. I think it was in KT's video recently where he was talking about the potions, he scrolled down to talk about Apocalypse's health pool, and it was like his last rank 3. And that's not uncommon.
Yeah, no, exactly. APOC was one of my most assigned champions. Like, in fact, I think he might be my most assigned champion across this most recent season and the season before that, and mine is unawakened rank 3.
Yeah. Hey, Snoops, how's it going? Why is Chavez really good for this? Because she just passively reverses power gain.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power gain.
So, Aiden, thank you, and you're right. And if you know Chavez, you know that I made a couple gameplay mistakes there for sure. And I'm kind of going to tail this into Snoops' question is, I was actually kind of trying to figure that out in the fight. I mean, what DLL said is very true, but I was really... Oh, Power Shield. I'm like, why are her specials hitting so hard? I completely forgot about Power Shield. That's why I was able to heal up so much, I'm assuming, off of that special too. Okay, so that all makes sense now. And then what was actually the question from UMP?
Oh, should they awaken and rank Apocalypse? Or awaken and Sig?
Or should they awaken and Sig Hyperion or Kitty Pryde? Because they have 2 generic awakening gems.
Well, I would not Sig Hyperion.
Agreed.
DL, do you mind explaining why you wouldn't Sig him and what you mean by that?
Yeah. So Hyperion's kit is very much built around his awakened ability. It is one of the best in the game, and it makes everything fit together. He is worth a gem, and if you plan to play him, and if prestige is not a huge issue for you, I think he's even worth a generic. But I think his Sig scales from roughly, without looking at it, 70% extra buff duration to 80% extra buff duration. And I think he has 70 at Sig 5 or something ridiculous. So you do not need to give him 60, 100, 200 stones. Apocalypse, you can give 200 stones because of the prestige and because you do see the benefit. Same idea with Kitty. But I think, given that they're the same class and given their similar prestige, if it were me looking at that, I think what I would vote to do with those generic gems, this is assuming you don't want to wait for a Nick or an Archangel. If I was going to use them right now, I would give one of the gems to Hyperion and forget about it from that point on. And I would give one of the gems to my favorite between APOC or Kitty and Sig them. And just accept the other one would be unduped for a while.
UMP, I completely agree with everything DL has just said. He actually has a video on Sigstone use. In fact, if we could link that, I think if anyone has the ability to link that, I'd really appreciate it. I highly suggest checking it out. It is in my playlist of like essential MCoC things to watch or to know. I don't remember what I called it, but I was trying as best I could. If anyone looks at the playlist on my channel, to like, I should watch this. It's very important if I want to get really good at this game. And I wanted him to kind of talk that through, especially because he knows Hyperion so well, and then really talk through like what did he mean by sig it up. I agree with that wholeheartedly. What's up, Sean? How you doing, my friend? What's up, though? How you doing?
Thanks, Garbage. Appreciate it.
So Miguel is ridiculous for that.
Yeah.
That was like, that's such a great example of what we've talked about where it's
if there's power gain, he's good or better.
yeah, and also just like so well suited for the current game.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But I really am liking her for this. If you can land 2 heavies, it almost feels like the fight's over.
Yeah, and I just messed up again, guys. Let's see it because I want to show you guys her heal, but let's see how hard this hits. It should hit pretty hard. Yeah, that's the problem with America Chavez. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, like because he has 3 buffs.
Yeah,
and she should be reduced. She should be inverting his armor at this point.
Yep, and yeah. This is also a high sig one, so for those of you who know her pretty well, let's see if this heals me pretty well. I don't know. Maybe I'm playing her wrong. Aiden, it seems like you might know her relatively well. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know.
That feels like the purgatory problem, where it's just like there's so many cool things in this kit. They really have a lot of unique utility. They even have some sustainability, some damage, but let's make sure it doesn't quite fit together because, the last thing we want is another overpowered mystic. And I understand where they're coming from because, like, they're never going to be able to, or at least they won't be able to push Doom out of the meta for at least another 2 years or something. So I understand the fear. But it's a bit frustrating.
All right, this should heal me. Let's see. I mean, that's not terrible, but for a power shield.
Yeah, Aiden is saying it's the fact that you're not critting. So, like, even though she's inverting his armor, it's still, like, you kind of need to crit to really feel the power, or the lifesteal. That much is very much the same as Claire. And I think that's actually one of the biggest, as much as I don't believe that Claire needs her, as much as I don't believe Claire needs the recoil tree masteries, that is one of the few places where if you are regularly finding yourself at 20% and you are using her mostly for her sustainability and her healing, praying for crits when you don't have recoil active in the blood phase does make you want the extra attack. Okay. Old UMP is saying, no, what I meant, I'm considering Abok to rank 4 because he is rank 4. Oh, he's already rank 4.
Sorry to interrupt. So what Ada and DL were just explaining, so that one did crit. And you guys saw not only the damage that it did, but how much it healed me. And I had what I was trying to explain, I didn't have the ability to explain it well in the fight. And her SP2, it depends on like where you throw it. One is like a damage one, one's like a heal one. And so I was trying to throw it after the second part of the heavy. It's been a long time since I've played her. So yeah, if you activate that dimension on it, so the second part of the heavy would activate the dark dimension, which is why I was regenerating 12% of the hit. So that's what you saw there at the end. And then that's why Aiden was saying throw the specials after the first one, because that would activate the Utopian parallel, dealing additional damage per hit. And that was ultimately my issue with her is, and I told them this, I was like, either she needs more, because you end up in these spots where like she's, you know, doing this ability power stuff, but the champion still ends up gaining power. And then I understand she's clearly supposed to like cycle 1 special 1s and heavies to 2, and that's supposed to be rapid. So I get that. The problem is if the SP2 doesn't hit hard enough, you end up where you're like, you set all this up and then you don't end the opponent and then they beat you up. It's not fun. As you saw, like, why would we not just take every fight with Miguel? I get it. Not everyone has a rank 4 Miguel. You might have an America Chavez. Not every champion's going to be amazing, but I think that there's a really big space between where she's currently at and amazing for them to access with her. And I hope they do.
Yeah, I hear you. I think they got to be very cautious though, because let's be honest, she's already a really strong defender in a lot of ways. Like if I'm correct, like maybe you guys have had a different experience, but the one time that I screwed up and had her her most recently activated dimension, the Dark Dimension, before she launched an L2, that was game over. I had an invuln on, but that was still game over.
Yep.
Yeah. No, she hits incredibly hard, boosted by the... Like, that's one thing they could do, is they could take the additional damage that the Special 2 does, and they could, like, make it scale with multiple dimensions or something else. Like, they could significantly increase the bonus damage, but have it only scale with base attack. Those are the kinds of things that keep defenders from being, like, completely oppressive. Like, that's why, I don't want to get this wrong, but, like, that's why Domino's crit failure only scales with base attack. And that's why Korg's thorns only scale with base attack. Like, Korg is also a terrible attacker, but, like, they have tools for making champions stronger when you play them correctly, when you make their kits fit together without being oppressive on defense. I think Hulkbuster is another pretty good example of that, where it's like he has a different kit on offense than on defense. Like Icarus has much better Energize on offense than defense. Imagine if they hadn't put in that Energize is half as powerful on offense.
And they get a lot. So this is a catch-22 for them, because like wasn't Hulkbuster the first one we saw like this with a different kit offensively and defensively?
At least distinct to that degree, yeah.
Yeah. And I know they got a lot of grief for it. And like one of the things I don't enjoy about some of the really recent new champions is I do feel like you got to read so darn much. I'm talking too much. I messed that up. Shoot. Let me do this fight and then I'll get back to the point I was trying to make.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. I kind of want to see her special too. I want to see how much we can heal off of this, if possible. Keep looking at how much gold you have and get super gel. Yeah. Well, Neto, that's from a long time of doing too many hunts in this game and then having to sell the ISO because I have literally nowhere to use it. But yeah, it's a blessing. I mean, it's how I pay for AQ. All right, so I will trigger the SP2. Oh, darn it. I'm going to do the SP1. I'm going to do it after the first hit here. So this should be the damage one. Because I need them all lined up for her SIG ability to really matter. There we go. Let's see how much we heal. That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but I think I just want to confirm this node is Power Shield, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you go use Claire on Power Shield, because it's not a heal, it's a lifesteal. And the difference there is that it's based on damage dealt. That should have been. Like if she was tuned properly, That would have taken you from like 30 to 80 or better.
Yeah. Or just like even looking at the hit damage, when I think the special 2 before the one that they healed off of, like that really didn't hit that hard. And on Power Shield, I'm expecting really big numbers, but that ended up those numbers ended up being like stuff I'd expect to see out of a champion that has decent special attack, just unboosted, like no Power Shield. And so the fact that this is meant to be her big damage payoff phase, and it's that small even with Power Shield, it's like, ugh.
Neto, I'm curious how other people would pronounce it now. Would they go like Neato? Like Neato? Like -O? That's interesting. Sean Larson. Oh, he and Infamous are having a chat. What was I saying about her, though? Oh. So I kind of get, like, I don't want to give them too much grief because I understand that they get grief, they being Kabam, when they design a champion whose kit is different offensively and defensively. Like, there is a vocal part of the community that complains that, like, it's lazy or it's too much to learn. And on some levels, I understand where it's coming from, at least. An issue with her, though, is she apparently was not designed as a defender.
Right.
That's when I really was like, wait a minute, hold on a second here. So
there's also the problem that something like scales with base attack only is not difficult to implement, and it's not difficult for us to understand as a community.
Not at a high level, no. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Or even if you don't understand it, you just won't notice it because you don't need to think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Not gonna lie, actually, I'm on the complete opposite side of that with the whole people not liking different abilities on attack and defense. Like, I kind of get the critique of it being a little bit lazy, but I think it frees up so much room for creativity and champion design, because you no longer have to worry about, okay, how will this affect how good this champion is on offense? How will this affect how good this champion is on defense? Instead, you can kind of have this common thread that will link their defensive and offensive abilities, but you have so much more freedom to make a really cool, really fun champion on offense, while still making them difficult yet manageable on defense.
Yep.
Oh,
also, just want to point out, Miguel is clearly a utility champion, not a nuke.
Yeah.
Look how much harder he hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's also that. I 100% agree. I'm like, I mean, I don't want like two full different kits where I have to feel like I have to learn two different champions for just one champion. But stuff like Hulkbuster, the stuff we're seeing, like, I would much rather prefer that if America Chavez has something that was only helpful to her offensively without making it, like, I would love that. I would love that. And I feel like that does give a lot of the design space like you're talking about. Are we getting free masteries next month for Battleground Beta? I believe no. I believe the answer is no. I'm pretty sure on that, in fact. K-Dog? Is K-Dog here? K-Dog's here. What's up, dude? How did I miss K-Dog? What is going on? I'm glad JJ said hello to K-Dog. Otherwise, I would have missed K-Dog. Like Magneto, if I get it wrong for sure. Yeah, there was no part of me that wanted to say Nito. Like, literally no part of me that wanted to pronounce it Nito. Be back, day 5 of the slog. Oh, Sean. Biggest hit was 48,000. R36 charger, 5-star kitty power shield. Yeah, absolutely. Faust. Neto, grandson in Portuguese. I have the same name as my grandpa and dad, so I'm like, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. I was not aware of that. That's very cool. All right. We said we're going to try to do Skrull with
and bring in Claire.
just as a failsafe. And I'll get rid
like
of,
maybe for spam.
Yeah, because if I take out anti-venom, then I get rid of the wither for Miguel. All right.
Yeah, I will say, Snoops, I do agree with you to a very large extent. Like, I do have a fair amount of empathy.
Wait, hold on.
for Kabam's designers.
I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, and I want to let you get back to it. But what about Sigil Witch? That'd be fun.
Probably great.
Let's try that.
The only possible issue is if when you parry, she nullifies the fury he just gained instead of the stun immunity. I can see that being a little bit tilting, but eventually she should be able to get it.
Yeah. Plus, it'd be fun to see me tilted, right? So, win-win. That sounds like a win-win. I have no expectation of this working, but let's try.
So the plan is reparry early, try and get a couple heavies in, and see where it goes.
I didn't go long enough. Darn it.
Even one more might do it.
Well,
but now you have the falter.
Yeah.
But I think you can hit his block. Okay, more that.
Yeah, I messed that up. You're right. I should have hit the block. Hopefully I get a big heal. Hope wrong. Oh, now I'm going to send him. Shoot. She could do this. For sure.
Yeah, the pieces are there.
Yeah.
That's not easy, though.
No, but that when I tried to get the falter off by punishing the heavy, hoping he'd recover slowly, that was a big mistake. Like you're saying, that was the way to have done it. Right there. Shoot.
Trust me, I understand. I got wrecked a lot trying to get control of Super Skrull, figuring out where the safe spots were for the falter.
And I keep forgetting that it's actually an evade charge. Oh, that
Yeah.
would be really fun. Like, I may actually go back. No, I won't ever go back and do that.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just practice the bosses after you 100%, though?
It really would. If she gets buffed, I'll go back and try that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Snoops, I was just saying, I have a lot of empathy for the designers, because like it is difficult to come up with not just kits, but good kits. Because that's the thing, is that like, we're not critiquing them for not having fresh ideas. Chavez is clearly a fresh idea. Purgatory is clearly a fresh idea. Super Skrull is clearly a fresh idea. It's just clearly difficult to navigate the space between creating an overpowered champion and an underpowered one when you are working with fresh ideas. And so like I do have real pity for them, and that's exactly why I want to be so hopeful for rebalancing.
Yeah.
Because the potential is for it to fix that. But it's, yeah, I still think that, like, I'm trying not to tell the designers that they should feel bad, but I do think it's worth pointing out problems. And every once in a while, I do think it's worth saying, like, really? This is where y'all arrived? And I try to save those so that they have some meaning, but, like, the potency of Purgatory's lifesteal is one of those that I always come to. That's one where I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't see how this is the decision you arrived at.
This is a really interesting fight. Like I realize she's behind the sigil guys, and I don't want to address that right now. But they really designed this champion well. It feels chaotic.
I missed it. Did you throw the special 3 during the stun?
I don't know. I was more worried about the falter, so I don't even remember.
Okay, I'll go back real quick.
Yeah.
It looks like you did. Okay, cool. So that was the yes, that was the boosted degen damage.
I was trying to play her properly there. That's why I was so quiet. But I had the falter, so that was my main focus was the falter. Because I didn't know. Would your SP3 still miss? It still would, right?
I think Special 3s cannot miss.
Oh, that's cool. So I guess I didn't need to pay attention to it.
I don't know that I agree, Magnus. I think that Sauron, to me, feels like one of those champions where I'm not sure that he's built to be impressive in the current stage of the game, but I think he will have a real use. Because if you start looking at his kit, like, he has both sustainability and some damage potential, but you start looking at how that works, like, it's all passives. I think he might be the only mutant, please correct me if I'm wrong, that has passive damage over time on that scale. Like, we can't count Domino's crit fail, because that's not really the same thing. And we've seen a lot of, like, punishing of debuffs lately. So it's possible that there may be fights and champions where Sauron's passive bleed, passive degen, passive regen, passive prowess serve a real purpose in a way that, like, Apocalypse's prevention of Purify or Bishop's punishing of it doesn't. Like, I think that he's gonna be really valuable going forward. I don't see him as a failure. It's possible he's a little overtuned, but I don't see him as a failure.
Sorry, when I'm sending...
I meant undertuned.
Sending a quick message to the wife. It's fun to see me server. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Like, I do the war videos where hopefully I'm not, but if I am, I share that with you, and then we come here and have fun. So I'm glad you get it, Neto. That's cool. You know, guys, we will do one more path. We'll do one more path. DLL and Fel, you guys able to stick around a little bit more? Fel, what is it, like 4 in the morning, 5 now?
3:10.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay for this one because, as some of you guys know, I am taking a pretty substantial break from MCO Seniors community in general since I have my exams coming up, and so this will likely be the last stream I can make it to. So I want to be here.
Oh, I can't believe I made fun of you at all. Then now I feel badly. You're making the right move, my friend. Like I said, and if I see you too active on the Discord server, I will kick you. I will kick you. Studies are important, man. Focus on them. And when you come back, you'll be welcomed with all the same roles.
Of course. Not to worry. I was planning on leaving in about 2 days anyways, just from pretty much everything.
Perfect. I love that. I was leaving anyway. Gain 1 for charge.
You have a good break. Toad is a good shout, meta, although that is, I think, specifically against skills for the most part, right? Challenge accepted, going to use Omega Red without heavy. Okay, go for it. No, he is on the list, absolutely. But Omega Red, while not bleeding, without using heavies, is obviously a lot less reliable in the passive damage department. Oh, for this one, you just want to throw as many basic attacks in between them throwing their specials as possible. I use Tigra a lot for this one, actually. She's a ton of fun for the Hulk Buster.
What was the joke from earlier, Fel? It was a ton of fun, right? It was a fun ton?
Yeah, yes, a fun ton.
Yeah, we'll explain that later, DLO.
Okay. I did bring Torch for Goblin, though, because I hate him, and somebody else mentioned Archangel.
I kind of want to use Corvus. Is there any reason to not use Corvus?
You might trigger the Fervor Charge issue.
Okay. So
just because you normally play Corvus, trying to throw as few basics in between specials as possible.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I feel like I saw mutants, which makes me just want to bring Nimrod, because I am starting to get a little tired.
Yeah.
There was no reason not to do that, right?
I don't think so. Okay. I may have brought him as well.
Tigra. It's funny how Archangel makes sense when there's a tech on the lane, but sure. And what else did we need?
Aiden saying null.
Null? All right, let's bring Null. That sounds fun.
Can confirm. No, works quite well.
Really? And anyone else?
His head is what? His heavy is what? 3 hits?
Is there anyone else that someone wants to see? Slay is here. What's up, Slay? I think I said hi to you, dude, but if I didn't, what's up?
Do you have anyone fun off the top of your head who has multiple hits on their heavies or like a double medium or something?
What's up, Joe? Me? No, I'm nearing the can't think stage of the stream.
Hyperion just for the meme.
Ooh, Hyperion would actually be great.
I don't have him as a 6-star though.
Oh, okay.
So what? He still slaps as a 5-star.
Yeah,
He probably does.
if I was feeling a little more peppy, we would do that. But I'm not.
Black Panther or Nick. Nick would be great, actually.
Snoops just suggested stealthy for his double mediums.
I love your commitment, man.
I almost did, but I didn't want to start a war.
I love your commitment, my friend. It is to be commended. I also didn't realize how many people also do not like Stealth Spider-Man. I thought it was kind of a me thing. Permission to time out Snoops. Blame on you just got moderator. Although you should have had it months ago. Let's be honest with ourselves.
That's Slay's favorite thing to do is request to time people out.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love it. All right. What are we doing here? We need him to throw specials.
Right.
And so the reason Null's good is because you're just building up a fun ton of armor breaks, Fel.
Yeah.
Yes, a fun ton of armor breaks.
I have now understood the fun ton joke.
Yeah. Well, we were on stream earlier, and Fel said a fun ton. So.
Yes.
And it honestly
so you want those charges to be at 10 before throwing.
Oh.
The Furies are pretty sweet. Oh, and then Null has the degen resistance in case you do mess up.
Indeed.
I didn't mess up, Dale. That was totally on purpose.
Oh no, I
He's
mean
trying to
I
do
haven't
showcasing
seen.
the resistance.
I haven't seen a degen yet.
No, one did come up, and I have no idea why.
Oh, it was because you you probably threw a special and then the charges fell off. Wow, yeah, he doesn't even feel it. Yeah, that was not. I'd missed the first one. I was not throwing shade.
Oh, dude, I absolutely not. I'm getting tired, so maybe it didn't come across. I'm totally making fun of myself there.
Yeah, but he's just really good for this lane.
See, now Vega's starting to match my strategy for sarcasm, which is just the most deadpan voice you've ever heard.
Yeah, that's how my whole family is. I have one brother who doesn't have that issue quite as much, but my dad and my oldest brother, it's the same for all of us. Like, it's frequent that at some point people are like, wait, now I'm starting to think you're serious. You're like, no, I'm totally kidding. I'm sorry.
I love how Fel's talking to us who are like 10 and 20 years older than him. As though he invented dry sarcasm.
I'm a pioneer.
We appreciate you.
Hey, dog. That is also to be commended. As long as we're commending things, don't ever give Stealthy a single ISO. Let it expire if you have to. Sell it, expire, whatever. Just don't ever
Leighton
do it.
says, just pulled Captain Britain. Is she worth rank 3? You don't have a video on her yet, do you?
I don't. I'm hopeful to get one out because I'm now the proud owner of like a SIG 80.
Jesus, dude.
So here's the problem. My luck was outrageous. Like, statistically, like if you take the drop rates and you look at them, my luck was absurd. Which of course makes a person like me want to keep going. But yeah, there she is. So I pulled her 5 times. B McG, I know Mike has a video out on her. He did like a synergy one, which is usually like the kind of the more exciting one. But B McG has actually taken her to rank 3 unawakened on his live account, live server. And
it's not in the chat.
Oh, is it? Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. And I was not kidding. Earlier in the stream, I was listening to it, kind of watching it as best I could. while kind of getting ready for my day this morning. And I like her, and I kind of starting to understand why he likes her so much. Is I don't think she's not going to be Hercules. Just don't think that. But I do see a lot of. I can't tell yet if she's going to be great in her niche or if she's going to be great in like a specialized role. And so I would watch B McGee's video. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. I was saying something though. Oh, Sauron. Going back to that Sauron conversation. I think Sauron, Toad, Misty Knight, and who came out with Misty Knight? Sam. I don't think it's coincidence that we had 4 champions come out while Battlegrounds beta and like Battlegrounds is being built. And I think all 4 of those champions will potentially be better in Battlegrounds than they are elsewhere. I don't think that's a coincidence. And so when you're talking about like maybe they seem better as time goes on, I think having a whole new mode of the game will help us feel even better about those champions. There's a reason I'm excited about the next featured. And it's it's not because I think like I'm going to use them in questing every day or anything like that. I think it's just that DL, and if I use it incorrectly, correct me. But DL talks a lot about like design space. I feel like they're filling a design space, and that's going to be really usable in Battlegrounds. I'll go back to fighting.
I'd be saving for the next featured myself if I didn't still need like a lot of champions from the current. Like I still need a dupe on Nimrod, a dupe on Null, 2 pulls of anti-venom, and ideally a dupe on Cersei.
Yeah, I told myself I was done, and then I used Kitty for the entire women's side quest yesterday.
Oh, you don't have Kitty? Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering about that. I forgot to ask you. You do not have her as a 6-star?
I do not.
Yeah, dude, you got to keep going. Especially because you're enjoying Tigra more and more now.
Yeah, I know. It was not lost on me at all in the New Nation War that we set up a trap for, not a trap, but a road bump for Fintech with his rank 4 Tigra. And every road bump that we set up for Tigra, he took with his rank 4 Kitty.
Yeah, he's kind of smart. Yeah. I mean, that's what you do, though, with those maps, right? You're not saying we're going to guarantee kills. We're going to try to force things. And if we get one, awesome.
And we did force him to go exactly where we thought he was going to go. So, like, I don't know, mission accomplished.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's, for those who don't know the name, because I don't think his channel is huge. He's an amazing player in... Oh, wow, that didn't go well. He's an amazing player in New Nation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Infamous is kind of helping explain that a little bit. Vega still all the luck. Sometimes that happens. What happened? Did he go unblockable? What happened there?
Oh, Finn's almost at 1,000 subs.
Is he really? I don't even know how long he's had a channel. In fact, I know the name Finn from Blaze. Actually, Fintech was in Summer Showdown. Okay, that makes sense. I guess we'll just go with Null. We really have reached that part of the stream where I have no idea what to do.
Finesse is gone.
All finesse is gone. All we have is overly dry, sarcastic jokes and some MCoC knowledge every once in a while.
And one edgy god.
Yeah.
I was telling Strands when he brought Null, Anti-Venom, and Spider-Man 2099 to our last war, or maybe it was the second to last war. But one of those, I was like, that has to be the edgiest team anyone has ever brought to war.
I'm also very jealous of that team, can't lie.
Yeah.
Actually, you could make that edgier. You replace 2099 with Mr. Negative.
Really? Have you seen Miguel's suit? It has spikes on it, and he's dripping venom.
Yeah, he's not the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I think he's plenty edgy, my friend.
Fel, have you read those?
Okay.
Have you read those comics? In being serious, the 2099 Spider-Man comics. Have you read them?
I haven't.
Some of them. I'm not as well versed in Spider-Man 2099 as I am with other characters, but I know of his backstory and a few of his more well-known comic runs.
Guy with the top hat. Thank you. I was trying to figure out, like, it just did so much damage because I'm sure you saw I tried to just block it. So thank you for letting me know. So what is it? Comic Storian? I think that was one of the channels you turned me on to for like kind of catching up on comics or learning about them. He's been doing his live reads of Spider-Man 99. Because it seems like it's not just this game. Like the next Spider-Verse movie is coming out and he's going to be in that. And
he's voiced by Oscar Isaac, right?
Is he really?
I think that was announced in the because he was the end credits for the last one.
Yeah, he was. That's why I didn't feel bad saying it. I didn't feel like I was spoiling anything. So Oscar Isaac, Marvel is just like, we now own you for the next decade. You're gonna play everywhere.
Actually, I learned something today that I didn't know. You guys remember Apocalypse from X-Men Apocalypse, the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Oscar Isaac played Apocalypse in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys knew that.
Yep. Well, I also wasn't 4 when it came out, so. Like...
Hey.
Were you 4 when it came out?
No, I wasn't. Damn it.
This is a serious
how
question.
Old were you in 2016?
Yeah, if you're comfortable saying it. If you're not comfortable, I understand. Don't worry about it if you're not comfortable.
Hold on. Let me do some math with 3 a.m. brain.
But I think you may have been 4. Bell is young, in case it doesn't have
He says indignantly he was 5.
I'm on the older side of the spectrum. Phil is on the younger side.
Multiply that by 2 and a bit, and you got the right number.
Oh
really?
My god, the fact that you didn't even say 3.
Shut up.
I thought the movie was older than that.
Okay, so were you in high school yet, or were you still?
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, no, I think that was like middle school for me.
Yeah. So I did watch.
I'm younger than Vega, but in 2016 I had a degree.
Yeah, you're closer to me than to Fel, I feel like, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I watched Moon Knight with my wife the other night, and we both loved it.
Yeah.
And I think she was tired or something, because she usually catches on to this stuff. She's like, why does he look so familiar? And I was like, well, he's the dad in Dune. And then I was like, he's Poe in Star Wars. And he's in... What else has he been in recently? Because he's been in something else. That's like big.
He was in a more adult series called like Scenes from a Marriage or something. I think that got some awards.
Anyways, he's been in a lot of stuff. And so I was aware. But he did a lot of things between... He wasn't in Rogue One, was he?
No.
No, he was in Ex Machina. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
The AI movie back when.
I felt like he was in something else where it was like, wait a minute, you're a character like in the same universe, like you're doing, but maybe not.
Adam's Family.
What's up, Antricus? What's up, Fluffy? We're losing it a little bit here. We're talking about Oscar Isaac and just having a good time. So we'll be finishing this up. And I'll probably die to Super Skrull with America Chavez one more time because it's fun. Although, did we bring? I don't have a nullifier, so maybe we won't be doing Skrull actually.
You might be able to get through him with Archangel.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is right. Fluffy, what's up, man? It's been a bit. Hope all is well, my friend. But DLL, have you seen Moon Knight? I won't spoil it. Please, no spoilers, guys, in this chat. In fact, it's worth looking up for and taking a beating from Jubilee. No spoilers, guys, okay?
I'll just say it is so good.
Yeah. Wow, she's hitting really hard. It combines so many, I guess, like types of movies or shows, concepts, themes into one. I really love it.
Yeah. Actually, I watched Batman finally earlier on the same day that I watched Moon Knight episode 1 that it came out. And I'm not gonna lie, the first episode felt a lot more similar to the Batman movie than it did anything Marvel I've ever seen like the past 6 years, maybe.
Really? Maybe I should watch Batman then. Is that out streaming or did you have to go to the theater?
Oh no, it's theaters still. I think. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the whole HBO Max thing.
Got it. Was this the block penetration? Like, what the heck happened there?
I think it's just the prowess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty intense.
Yeah. Like I said, guys, I would normally have stopped streaming, but we're having so much fun. Why? Oh, Idris Elba. Yeah, I don't know what to say there, but yeah, I enjoy seeing him in film and television.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of Carl Urban, I think his name is also a really big shame. Billy Butcher from The Boys.
Yeah.
That's the Amazon show?
Yeah.
Yes.
It
was too much for me,
The
man.
execution. Oh, sorry, go for it.
It was too much for me. I
don't
recognize
blame
that
you.
it's good, and
Yeah.
I definitely see why people like it, but it was... I don't know. I'm not sure why. It just... I couldn't get into it.
You loved Invincible though, right?
That's the comic?
Yeah, the cartoon
Yeah.
also on Amazon.
The guy with like yellow and blue suit.
Yeah. Oh, it was too much for my wife, and I just don't get to watch that much television. So I
Yeah.
can see me maybe going back to it, but I'll admit I only watched like 3 or 4 episodes. Icarus is Icarus.
I remembered you responding well to it at the beginning, but I guess I didn't. Yeah.
I wasn't able to
discussing
follow
it or
through.
anything.
I think
It was too much for my girlfriend as well.
really okay. So there's no reason to push through on that one.
Yeah.
Slate,
I did make her
Carl-
read the synopsis on Wikipedia so we could discuss it at the end quick. Because that is a modern relationship.
Slay. Carl Urban played the Executioner in Thor Ragnarok. You know, the
Scourge.
bald guy. Yeah, Scourge.
Oh, I would not have recognized who you're talking about either.
I admittedly see what you guys are talking about, especially with The Boys. Like, I'm normally not one to kind of... I'm part of that more modern generation where, like, that gruesome sort of violence is more normalized, but there's one particular scene in The Boys that was even a bit much for me. Like, I genuinely felt a bit sick watching it.
Yeah, I acknowledge it as a great show, and like I've watched it in pieces, but there's a reason I haven't caught up on it because I have to take it in doses.
Leighton, we don't know actually. I think we all assumed there would be because like why would Kabam not? Like it seems like a win-win for everyone. But no, there's been no confirmation that it's coming. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I truly have no idea.
I can't imagine them not really. Like, you know, if people are mad because of the potion thing, they kind of brought that on themselves. But like before then, you know, with the timer on the completion offer for 7.4 sitting there, with a bunch of people needing to go through Karina's challenges, like there's a real need for units ahead of even July 4th. Given that last year was so insane, I'd really be surprised if they just decided, you know what, we're not going to make money this April.
Yeah. We're going to do it through Alliance War Potions instead. Sorry, was that too real?
Yeah, that one hurt.
I apologize. Man, I don't have it in me to keep remembering the block penetration and evade this stuff. Oh well, we're fine. We're fine. If I keep saying we're fine, we'll be fine. He's bleeding me, and so yeah, we're gonna finally have to use items. Oh well, I'm the one saying that it's gonna be a stream with no unrealistic item use. standards. So here we are.
Yeah. I don't think I've used items in mine yet, but there's a reason that I haven't been titling them itemless.
Yeah, and I can see why skilled players, like I think if I really wanted to, I would think I haven't ran into something where I just overwhelmingly found it difficult. I feel like there was a fight in 7-3. There was a lane. I remember even going to the our chat for it. And saying like, I don't know what to use here. And I feel like you guys even said like, well, like Iron Patriots, like I use Doom, you know. For those who don't know, Iron Patriots is an insane Doom player.
Yeah, and I probably said something along the lines of I use Tigra or Reed or Jabari, and Vega was like, oh, so you just played it with skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was not really a common thread to our suggestions, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Seriously, APOC has just been my MVP for like all of Act 7.
Yeah, and that's definitely not a shot at the itemless runs either. They're very impressive. I'm just not committing to that, because I know as soon as I do, I'm going to run into like, well, time to restart this lane 4 times.
Yeah.
MST, how's it going, man? Says very excited to see Sonic 2 next weekend. Not so looking forward to see Morbius. Yeah, I'm not paying money to see Morbius in a theater until I hear more positive reviews from people I trust. Like, I'm willing to have my mind changed on it, but I'm not about to go spend money right now.
I'm probably gonna go see it at some point.
Plus, PWF brought up the real reason for all of it is item use is on, and I got to help my alliance. I got to do something. Of course,
that's what heroes do.
Yeah, that's what heroes do. Using an Awakening Gem and 119 Sig Stones in a Mega Sentinel was not helpful enough. Jeez Louise. I can't even remember what... Like, I know you guys, I tell you, like, I do a fight and then I can't remember it minutes later. I don't even remember this fight now. What's the easiest fight in here?
It might be that one with negative, because you have more negative experience than I do.
Yeah.
And I just brought him in for that, and I think I soloed with like 14% left. It was not my proudest moment.
I died with negative earlier. It's what got me and Fel talking smack to each other to begin with. It was pretty funny. No, but negative should do it. Like, absolutely negative should. I think I destroyed this with Doom or Claire. Is that making sense?
Yes. I believe I soloed it with Claire as well. And I think people were telling me that it was an easy Doom solo, and I refused.
I do think Mojo is probably the more straightforward fight, unless you're looking to like showcase counters against Annihilus.
No.
Annihilus can just go unblockable. That's the main issue.
Yeah, I'm not looking to do that at all. Okay.
Ooh, Mina says Mojo with Eye Hulk was beautiful. That does sound cool.
Rich, when you said the loss of Carl Urban, I thought he died. No, no. I
realized definitely phrase it that way.
Yeah, my bad there. Yeah, but I do wish he was still like available to be cast in the MCU though, because like he would be a great Wolverine.
He might be. He's one of those actors that does a pretty darn good job of transforming for roles. I wouldn't rule him out entirely. I'm not sure I see him as Wolverine, but like I wouldn't be surprised to see him again.
Yeah, maybe.
Take care, Slay.
See you, Slay.
Phil taught me. Damn you, Slay. I'll see you in like 3 hours for the podcast.
How's that going?
Pretty good. We, as you guys might have been able to tell, we fell off the horse a bit the past month or so, but we've been making new recordings recently. We should be recording one in a few hours from now on the most recent Lines of season, and we're actually getting TJ on as a guest.
Oh, cool.
I think of 2 TJs when someone says TJ. You're talking about the one from the Discord server?
Yeah. T Jarvis.
I'm Jarvis. Yeah. I completely agree with you, BT. BT says, so hear me out. I'm actually loving that Kabam made the 3 to 4 a random gem. Because, like, I'm saying that knowing I may get screwed.
Yeah.
But in the broad sense of things, I do think it was a good decision. Like, if I was able to change one thing about it, I would make it so that you could, like, pick a class you don't want and they just give you a random one of the other 5. I think that would have taken a lot of the pain out of it. But yes, overall, I think I like it.
Yeah, very true. My one complaint about it is I had this, it's a very, very first world problem complaint, but I had this whole plan for what I was going to do when I formed my first 3 T6 basic and tier 3 alpha. I was going to do like this, this video of compilations of fights between APOC, Null, and Mr. Negative to the backtrack of this one song. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but it's one that goes like 3 sides to the story, and then I was gonna be like all the fights, and it's gonna build suspense, and at the end I was gonna rank up Mr. Negative because he's my boy. And then I just got the science 3 to 4 gem, like, oh, okay, no suspense there. You're going up.
You can still do something silly with the next one.
Yeah, except the next one is like 100% gonna be Nimrod.
Hmm. That's fair.
Take all the champions I simp for up to rank 4.
Very nice reversal of the degen.
Thanks.
Just gotta ask you guys, like with your guys' rank 4s, or just anyone in chat, really, have you noticed that playing them at rank 4 just feels so dramatically different? Like, I don't know if it's a placebo effect, or if it's, or if that, like, what, minuscule 13% increase or something like that to base stats, and it actually just feels like a lot more than it actually is. But I used Mr. Negative in a Mojo fight on my last one of the season, now at rank 4, and it was insane. Like, I screwed up the L2, and I didn't put any degens on Mojo, and it was still a fight that lasted less than 2 minutes, and I came out over 95%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. What's up, Janet? Nice, Janet. Nice. And I actually played him semi well there. Even timed the oscillator a few times well. The R4. Yeah, I remember there being this kind of conversation about like the differences and feel significant, and I get what people meant. At least I think I do. That being said, I feel like I feel a difference. Maybe that's because it's war and I'm slapping on like an attack boost and a full champion boost. But at least it's confidence inducing at a minimum. And I remember my first fight with Mr. Negative was against a Mojo. It was a pretty tough fight. And I remember being shocked at how much damage I had done before I'd even thrown an SP2.
Yep.
So, for what it's worth.
I finish so many fights before properly ramping Reed these days.
Yeah.
But it really is the compounding effect, because it's not just a 13% increase to base stats. It's that 13% increase in base stats being multiplied by critting more often, critting with a larger crit damage multiplier, throwing more specials because you have increased combat rate, feeling like you can block for days because you have increased block proficiency. If you do mess up and get hit, you get crit less often and for smaller numbers because of the way the formula works. Like, all of those come together so that 13% attack translates to more than 13% more damage, and the 13% more health feels like more than that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, in all fair,
Go for it, man. Go for it.
I was also gonna say, also in all fairness, before I ranked forward Mr. Negative, he was Sig 0. Now he's Sig 200.
Oh, that I think there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Blaze's video. It's got to be Blaze. actually showing. I think he accidentally got pushed to his SB3, and he showed the damage off of it, and it was pretty cool. MSD R4 APOC feels like a different beast. I can imagine. I don't know if I pull mutant. I don't know. Whatever. I have 3 champions I would consider. APOC is absolutely one, and I like his SIG. I don't think it's amazing. I like it though. I would be very happy to SIG 200 in APOC, and then obviously Kitty, and then Professor X. I think all 4 of them at rank 4 would just be, all 3 of them at rank 4 would be wild. And then I real quick, I want to touch on what Captain BT was saying with the random 3-4 gem. Yeah, I did too. When the leak came out, I talked about being worried of like, if it's not, I feel like people are going to be really disappointed. Whereas if the leak had never come out, people would just be really excited. And I like that. I mean, even in my own alliance, we're seeing like BMG probably would have done it anyway. But we're seeing like Sorcerer Supreme at rank 4 instead of Doom. Maybe that's not the best example, but we're seeing like Nah take up his Black Panther, because he pulled skill. I like it. I also think it's fitting with how progression has gone. Eventually there will be a generic for it. So I like it. I do wish they would have had DLL's kind of idea there of making sure you don't have that one. That could have been a real pain point for people. But in general, I think it's cool. And it's what we talk about in this channel all the time is that, it's great to have the OP champions. It is. But there's a lot of champions in this game that can clear a lot of content for you. And so find the one that you like and you'll be able to get content done with them. I got to go, guys. It is, I think we went for almost 3 hours today. So this was an absolute blast, though. Thank you to everyone who donated. OG Highline, Adam French, UMP. I like that UMP acronym. Thanks for supplying it, Fel. And then I had a blast. Fel, I'm sorry to hear that this will be the last time for a bit we hear from you, but I 100% support you in focusing on your studies. That is by far the most important, so I'm glad you're doing it. Raid Enzo. Yeah, I didn't know Enzo was on. Thank you, PWF. If anyone could link the Enzo's channel, let's please raid Enzo. And then I'd like to give, let's go DLL first, and Fel, since you're your last one for a while. Thank you so much to both of you for being on, and let's give you guys a chance to say bye.
Yeah, just thanks for having me. I might be on later, but it'll be a bit. So yeah, good to hang out. All
right, everyone, keep an eye out for DL stream. What are you streaming, bud?
I think it's probably time to take the alt account into the side quest to see how to get through those bosses with only 4 or 5 real options.
That'd be a fun one. All right, let's keep an eye out for that, guys. And Fel.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. It's a great stream to, I guess, end on for the foreseeable future. And kind of fitting that it was the April Fool's stream.
Awesome. Laters, everybody. See you, K-Dog. See you, Neto. And catch everyone really, really soon. Have great weekends. Take care.
Adios.